Hey everybody, welcome back to another InterSleuths live stream. Today we're hopping back into World of Warcraft, The War Within. The pre-patch is out, has been out for a little while now. We have the pre-patch event that started up a little while ago, and it's since been overhauled to where you can actually trigger the bosses over and over again. So we're going to be checking that out. We're going to do a couple of those, but I really want to hop over onto the beta today and show you guys some of the new hero talents, at least for Paladin. Maybe we might check out some of the other hero talents as well. But you can actually get onto the beta right now and you can see all the different hero talents and test out all the different set bonuses. The set bonus for Paladin is a little bit underwhelming, and then some more upcoming news tomorrow, the 13th at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. There's going to be a update for PAX Day. I don't think there's going to be anything too crazy big in this update, but we're still going to hop in over there and check that out as well to see if there's been any, because Mainframe loves to put in little sneaky updates and not tell us about it. So we're going to make sure that we check that out extensively and see if there's anything hidden in that update, such as last time they did some stack size reworks and stuff like that. So we're going to hop over there, check that out, see if anything has changed on that front. Big shout out to all of my new channel members. I'm trying to get an overlay or an outro or something where I can show off all the channel members, give you guys the credit that you deserve. But huge shout out to you guys. Our community keeps growing bigger and bigger every day. If you guys would like to join the Cheeky Buggers United community, you can type !Discord, where you'll get a link over to our Discord where you can join the community and hang out with all the cool people who've been playing PAX Day, World of Warcraft, and all kinds of stuff together. It's a really great community of gamers to hang out with people over there. If you'd like to join us in-game, whether it be in World of Warcraft or in PAX Day, or take part in any of our private servers that we will host in the future, you can type !website, where you'll get a link over to our website. You can submit an application to join the Order of the Blood Brothers. We have a clan on PAX Day. We have some pretty fun RP unfolding on there that I'm going to be making some videos on. My editor's PC is down currently. We're trying to get that fixed, so that's what we've been working on, getting Tom's PC back up and running. But we're going to have a bunch of fun making some really cool RP videos taking place in PAX Day. I haven't really done any RP over here on World of Warcraft yet. I think that will probably come after the next expansion comes out. People will probably be grinding up their levels and their gear and stuff, and then some RP will probably happen in between on there. I'm not too sure. But over on PAX Day, we are on US East Danu RP. Here on World of Warcraft, we're on Argent Dawn RP. So those are the different servers that we're on if you'd like to hang out with us. Again, join our community and take part. But let's hop through this portal here. Let's go check out some more of these events, and then we're going to hop over to the beta and we're going to see everything that it has to offer over there. It's this quest bug. Oh, there we go. So you can see at the top now you have memories remaining. That's how much of the memories you need to take care of in order for it to spawn the boss. And this is repeatable. So within the hour or so that the event is in this location, you can actually trigger the boss multiple times.
Behold the absolute power of Wilfred Fizzlebang, Master Summoner. You are bound to me.
So let's head over to some of these little mini events. We'll help partake. I'm really excited to show you guys the new stuff that is coming with the hero talents over on the beta, so we're going to check that out soon. After we get done smashing this guy in the face. You guys also really seemed to enjoy the PAX Day chats that we've been having, just the chill and chat streams. So we're gonna be doing more of those coming up as well, where we talk about all the things that we'd like to see come into the game, as well as the stuff that we do know that is coming. Because we're getting an update tomorrow, August 13th at 6 a.m. And in the autumn, we're going to be getting hopefully a substantial, it sounds like it's going to be substantial, but hopefully a substantial update.
To show us.
I did notice that on the beta, it seems like expurgation is much, much shorter duration now, which makes maintaining it very cumbersome. So hopefully we can get that, they can get that balanced in. It only lasts like 6 or 8 seconds or something like that, which I think is just way too short. Expurgation is the dot that gets applied. What the heck? He just came out to fight us again. Expurgation is the dot that our Blade of Justice applies.
I wonder what Azeroth is trying to tell us with these echoes.
Burn all these corpses. I want to show you guys some of the zones too. So we're gonna have to go between two different betas realms. One of them allows you to see the end game content in terms of the new hero talents, and the other one allows us to check out the new zones. They don't want you to have both at the same time, I guess, so we have to actually hop between a server. Or a realm, rather. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to hop between two of them over there. Show you guys some of the new talents for Paladin. They're really cool, actually. These hero talents, I think, are going to be really, really great. The set bonus for Paladin is somewhat underwhelming. It's just like a 2 to 5% damage increase overall for Retribution, which is nothing really crazy. I'd like to see some more interaction. It's nice that they're not forcing you into a certain playstyle in order to capitalize on the set bonus, but a set bonus that's just a small percentage increase of damage, it's not really that fun. But I'll show you guys it nevertheless. Hopefully some other classes get some cool set bonuses. I have not checked out too many of them yet.
It seems Azeroth has no need for historical records.
I think this event up here, this one is, yeah, this is the tadpoles.
I wonder what Azeroth is trying to tell us with these echoes. Are these Azeroth's memories or ours?
But you can earn a bunch of these Dalaran Defender gear and items from doing these, so you guys should definitely do these events if you're trying to get geared up on some alts, if you're trying to level up on alts. And now with the new war bands, it's easier than ever.
I wouldn't call this particular.
This one we just got to bring wood over here.
Thank you, my lord. Now, challengers, I will begin the ritual of summoning. When
Oh,
I
the summoning
say
one's coming up again. That's a good one.
Doomguard will appear. Prepare for oblivion!
I did earn the achievement.
Aha!
Oh, I also got this hippogriff. I'll show you after I deposit this.
Absolute power
I did get the achievement for killing all the bosses on Ascendant, so it is pretty easy to do, honestly. I thought you had to do it on Heroic, but you don't. You just have to, you can do it on normal.
But I'm in charge of
I got this from doing time walking. I love hippogriffs. They're pretty cool. Hippogriffs and griffins are awesome.
What a peculiar memory for Azeroth to show us.
See if we can make it over here to tag this boss.
I wouldn't call this particular.
You will take my place. Your world is doomed.
17% remaining until the Lich King spawns. So a couple more of these events and we'll be ready to go.
I wouldn't call this particular echo.
Yeah, right now expurgation lasts for like 12 seconds or something. Let's see, I'll apply it. It's like 13 or 14 seconds, so it lasts for quite a while, which is nice because you don't have to constantly battle with maintaining it and keeping it up. You just kind of apply it, and then throughout your normal rotation, it'll get applied again. With it being as short, it was almost like the duration was cut in half. With it being such a short duration on the beta, you have to actually choose to do Blade of Justice in order to keep it up. And Blade of Justice is not normally something you want to be clicking unless you have nothing else to click. See right there, we just earned a random piece of gear. This is warbound equipment, so this can be used. This can be put into the bank and used on all of your other alts that are in your warband.
It seems Azeroth has no need for this.
Hey Symbolic, how's it going? Here in Northrend, I'm on my way. Yeah, I'm doing the event out in Northrend for the pre-patch. I can invite you to the party if you like. I'm gonna be hopping over on the beta, so if you want to see some of the new stuff coming in the beta, make sure you stay tuned. You can hop over on the beta with me too if you like. It's only like a 4 gig patch to hop on there. But I'm gonna be doing some of these events on and off throughout the day, as well as checking out the new zones, showing you guys some of the new talents for Paladin. So if you're interested in that, make sure you stay tuned. It's gonna be some fun stuff. I've been having a blast checking out the zones. I'm not like, I mean, I guess it technically is spoilers. So if you don't want to see what the zones look like, then I'm not gonna be like doing all the events and stuff in the zones. We're not gonna be doing anything like that, but I will be checking them out. One more of these events and the boss will spawn, so we're gonna stand right here. But yeah, come on out, kill the Lich King. Make sure you pick up the quest. Get all of your juicy memory fragments, or whatever these things are called. Residual memories. I have quite a few of them. You also earn the gear passively just from doing these events. What are we up to? 507.44 on our item level. We have a couple pieces holding us back a little bit, these 502s. I think that's plenty, though, going into the next expansion. So, Bellic, I heard you're having some trouble with your PAX Day client, like disconnecting you or kicking you out every now and then. Hopefully we can get that resolved for tomorrow, because tomorrow that patch is coming out for PAX Day.
I have many wares. Farewell, friend of the Grummles.
This helmet makes your head look so small. Like, it's a cool helmet, but it makes your head look tiny. That patch may fix my problems, though they say. Yeah, that'd be nice. I mean, you tried reinstalling, you tried doing a bunch of other stuff, so it's like, I'm not sure what else to test, really. Like, I mentioned you could test...
All friends of the Grummel.
Wait, where the heck's the boss? Did we not get to kill the boss? What the heck just happened here? Yeah, I think it bugged. That's weird. I'm gonna go out and go back in. Maybe we didn't make it in time? Did it go to the next zone? I think it may have gone to the next zone. Yeah, it did. That sucks. Okay. Well, the nice thing is, every hour it goes to the next one, so 2 hours will be back over there. Alright, let's take care of this one.
I am at your
Every one of these quests you do, you get 3k.
as you wish.
Have you been on the beta at all for War Within?
I remember this one. Ragnaros threatened to swallow Azeroth in flame. No wonder she refused. I wonder what Azeroth is trying to tell us with these echoes.
Yeah, I'm excited to show you guys some of the stuff on the beta. Let me know what things on the beta you want to see as well. If you want to see zones, if you want to see stats, if you want to see damage, all kinds of stuff, let me know. We can show the set bonuses. There we go, another piece. Aha, I didn't have that one before, now we have the cosmetic for it. That's what's nice about just doing these events as well. Oh, can we make it? Oh yeah, we totally can.
These
He's not even
echoes
hurt.
must be contained.
The new zones, I'm so excited for the new zone coming in War Within. The atmosphere and the feel down underground is next level. They really, really did a good job with just the feel, just flying around, and you actually feel like you're in a hollow earth. It's unbelievable. Oh, we just got another item and a belt.
I wonder what Azeroth is trying to tell us with these echoes.
72% remaining. We have a lot of these to do. But it is nice that you can force the event to trigger, though. Sorry, buddy. Got to that one before you.
Are these echoes messy? Really smart.
Alright, let's head over to this one.
These echoes must be contained.
Do I want to do this one?
Well met.
This is the one where we have to, like, farm a bunch of these guys. Maybe we'll get lucky. Yeah, that wasn't too bad.
Are these echoes a message? Or merely a response? %3 more. If you're coming out here, Spellic, make sure you pick up the quest. These Azeroth's memories are ours.
Get that juicy 3K. Bada bing, bada boom.
It's fascinating how strongly Azeroth remembers these events.
The quest you pick up is when you come through the portal, Symbolic. So if you just come through the portal into the zone, like go through the portals in Dalaran to come to each of the events, and when you go to the event, there's a guy standing there at each of them that you pick it up from.
It seems Azeroth has no need for
Yeah, go through Dalaran to do the event. Have you done any of the event yet? If not, you got some catching up to do to get all your cosmetics and all of your new gear and stuff. You can get item level 480 gear that's 1 out of 8 veterans. So you can get it up to like 506 or 502 or something like that, just from doing these events. Spent a week dealing with the hurricane. Yeah, that's true. You guys are getting hammered down there. And not the good kind of hammered.
I wonder what Azeroth is trying to tell us
But yeah, go to Dalaran. It has to be the right Dalaran, too. It's the one that the toy takes you to. It's the Legion Dalaran. But you go there. And then you go into the middle. You go through that little portal-y thingy in the middle of the city that takes you down. And you may need to do the Harbinger, which is the intro quest. You go with Valeria Windrunner, Sylvanas' sister, and you do a couple things with the Void. But these events, they rotate the zone every hour. So you can just come back, do the next one in an hour, it goes to the next place, and you can re-trigger them multiple times if you want to farm them. I found the Legion portal to Dalaran. Yeah, I think that's the one. It's the Azuna, and then you fly up.
Azeroth's memory of the Fire Lord is not but ashes now.
And there we go. That's how the event goes. But the nice thing is that they're sharded, so you can do the event over and over again. It's not like if you don't get there within the first minute and people kill the boss that you can't do it. There'll be another shard that you can be in where people have not done it yet. Then you come back right over here and you turn it in. You get your 3K. You get a bunch from doing it as well. But like I have 73,740 of them. I haven't bought the pets or anything yet. I've been waiting to see which of the cosmetics I need to obtain near the end of the event before I just go ahead and get the pets. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get everything though, because I'll end up having crap ton of them.
Fight with honor.
Yeah, that's how it works now, and it's nice that it's on the. It's nice that it's not just on the interval, and you can actually force the boss to spawn. But anyone else who'd like to join in and have fun with us, you guys are more than welcome to. You can head over to our website, submit an application to join our guild on World of Warcraft. You only need to do one application. If you already put an application in for World of Warcraft and you want to play PAX Day with us, you're good to go. You don't have to do multiple applications. And make sure you check back. We have several people whose applications are pending. If your application is pending, That means that you need to get in touch with an admin and you can get yourself vetted. You're down in Azuna. You should be able to fly up to Dalaran. Here's the time walking vendor right now too, where you can get the hippogriff, you can get all the other cosmetics. I unlocked all of these, I think. The only thing left that I can really get with them this cycle is different reagents. I think they change the stuff in here. I could be wrong, but I think they changed the stuff that's in there. I cleaned up my quest log. I went through and redid all of the... I did all the quests that were on here. I got rid of the ones that I didn't want to do. The ones that I have now are for their current stuff, and I've been trekking down doing the artifact stuff in Legion, doing the tournament stuff for the Argent Dawn, for cosmetics and rep grind. So that's why I still have some of those.
For us, there's no peace, no rest. What is it?
The Shadow's call.
Come closer and speak.
Yeah, fly up here to Dalaran and I'll show you the what's what. In the middle, right down here, is the portal to the Searing Gorge, Duskwallow Marsh, and Dragonblight. So you go into this middle thing, you just step on this, teleports you down. The event takes place right down here. The pre-quest, the Harbinger, is over here. You can't fly here? Can you not fly out here? I'm gonna come down by you. I'll pick you up. You should have a Dalaran Hearthstone as well. Aren't you flying right now? Can you not fly up to Dalaran? You should be able to use your dragon riding everywhere now because of the pre-patch. He said, what? Flying mount is not Dragonflight? Nope. I fell just short. Hold on, let me get out my handy dandy rocket. Can you hop on this? Aha. I got you, fam. I'll take you over to the landing where you can get the flight path. So I think somewhere here should be a flight path. Right here, maybe? Yeah, right there. So once you talk to that guy, you should get the flight path. I'm assuming you got it. And then the event takes place right down in here. I'm not sure if there's some prerequisite stuff you need to do. You may need to, like, use a scroll from your inventory that takes you to InterSleuths to talk to somebody. I think Jaina wants you to go to InterSleuths, and there's some pre-story there. I'm not sure what part you're on, though. What quest do you have for it? A Harbinger? says, let me look. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have to do the Harbinger and you have to go out to InterSleuths and stuff first. I believe. I have the flight path. That's strange. I could not select it from down below. That's weird. That's really weird. I don't know what's up with that. Anyway, you should have a Hearthstone that takes you here. If not, go talk to an innkeeper. Don't set your hearth here, but you should be able to get a Dalaran Hearthstone. Check your toys, press Shift P, go to Toy Box, and type in Dalaran, or even just DAL, and you should have Dalaran Hearthstone. That should take you to this version of Dalaran, which is the correct version.
Something's not quite right.
Yeah, so that toy will take you here. You can put it, I put it on my hotbar. I use it all the time to come back here for the event. It's only a 20-minute cooldown, which is great. But yeah, check what quest you have. If you open up your quest log, you should have something that says like Harbinger or Visions of Azeroth or something up at the top there. And that's going to determine what you need to do next in order to do the event. I didn't know this rocket had dragon riding. This is amazing. Let's see what your gear looks like, too. It should be all the way at the top, as if it's like a campaign quest. You're at 475. Yeah, so you can replace just about all... I think every piece of your gear can be replaced with stuff from the event. So the quest for this should show up at the top, like how this is a chapter, Visions of Azeroth. You should have something that will say, like, the Harbinger or Visions of Azeroth, something like that. No campaign at all. Well, let's just go see what's in here then. Maybe you're just already on it and you already did it. I don't know. You can, but I won't be able to look at it though because I'm using a ton of bandwidth and I don't want to interrupt my stream by having like my bandwidth drop or something. I won't be able to actually look at it. You could share screenshots. I can look at screenshots over Discord while I'm streaming. But if you just come down through this portal, I mean, maybe you'll just be able to go there and do this. Does Khadgar have any quests? Do you see Bronzebeard, Magni laying here? These are all like pre-quest stuff that we did. Like right here, Khadgar should be, Magni should be here, and then down here is the portals that actually go to the event. If you can see the portals down here, like does this one say 35 minutes and 8 seconds, 7, 6, 5 left? Then it'll switch to this one, it'll be here for an hour. Then it'll switch to this one and be here for an hour, and then it'll go back to the beginning. Do you see those portals with those timers? Okay, so go through this portal then. Because the event cycles every hour. So come through there. That should take you over to the Radiant Echoes event out here in whatever the hell place we're in right now. Yeah, so come down here. You see this guy? This guy should have a quest to kill Ragnaros. So you pick up this quest, and then at the top of your screen you can see memories remaining. That's how many of these memories need to be knocked out in order for Ragnaros to spawn again. And if you look at your map, you see the little blue circles. Yeah, let me switch rooms on Discord. Hold on. I'm gonna go to the... Let's see, hold on. I'll go to InterSleuths live room. You can join on there. So guys, this is normally how I do my streams. Well, I have in the past where People can be on Discord with me. They can hear me on Discord. I can hear them. They can hear me, but you guys will not be able to hear like Symbolic talking. If he says anything important, I'll relay it over. But yeah, go ahead, Symbolic. Hop on Discord. I'm in InterSleuths live currently.
I remember this one.
Hey, Symbolic, how's it going? You should be able to talk in this room, I believe. Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me? That is the question. Can you hear me, Symbolic? I can hear you. Oh, you can. Okay. So this guy right here should have a quest for you to kill Ragnaros. And then at the top of your screen, a 1 sec tech issue. Okay. 1,000 times up. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, keep talking. All right. So this guy will have a quest for you. There'll be someone like this, not the same model or anything, at each one of the portals. You pick up the quest from them to kill the boss, the remembered boss that is at each of the different locations. And then all you need to do is get him to summon. To do that, you see memories remaining at the top of your screen from the Radiant Echoes event. You open up your map, you see these different memory locations. You go there, you do whatever it is it wants you to do. You do enough of them. You get event rewards such as the residual memories just for killing the mobs there and doing the event, and you'll periodically be granted some of the Dalaran gear that is bind on, it's war bound. So that means anybody in your war band can be given that gear. So it's very important gear. It's 480, veteran level 1 out of 8. It's really good stuff. You can pretty much replace all of your gear with it, because then you can upgrade it. But that's how these events work. So then you come to here, you get the quest, you go kill the people, and then an hour later it'll cycle over to the next location. You go get the quest, rinse, repeat. You can only do the quests. I think they're daily now. I think they used to be weekly, or they were on a longer timer, but now it seems as if you can do them every day, one of these quests from each location. I could be wrong on that though. But yeah, this is where you should be spending most of your time, to be honest. Getting all of your gear replaced, getting all the flight stones you need, doing the weekly unlock for your vault, doing the weekly quest in Dragonflight out in Veldraken, and waiting for the pre-patch to come out. I don't know if do you have the pre-patch early access on the 22nd? Because that's when we're all going to be able to hop in, is the 22nd. So in 10 days, if you have the Epic Edition or whatever it's called, you can hop in earlier. They say it's 3 days early access, but we get access on the 22nd. It comes out on the 26th. 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th. So it's like 4 days early access. I guess maybe on the 26th is the day that it comes out for everyone else. So I guess technically, yeah, we are getting 3 days early access. Yeah, I hear you. Oh, okay. No worries. Okay. Yeah, you can check your version by going to like your account settings, and it should tell you what version you have. I think you don't even need the highest package to get the early access. Let me check really quick. So I'm going to pull up the launcher, and I'm going to go to the shop here. And let's check which version you need. I mean, you don't need the early access too. No one should feel obligated to buy the highest package just to get the 3 days early access. But yeah, the 3 days early access to War Within is only for the Epic Edition. So the base edition comes with the game, a level 70 enhanced character boost, and 500 Trader Tender. The Heroic Edition, which is 70, so the base edition's 50, Heroic is 70, comes with all of that, plus 250 more Trader Tender. You get a mount, and you get an upgraded tier set appearance for the Storm Riders attire, 3 additional earnable options. And then the Epic Edition is $90, and it comes with an extra 250 Trader Tender and all the stuff before it, plus beta access, which is what I'm going to be going on here in a little bit. I'm going to be showing off some of the beta. 3 days early access, 30 days game time, some hatchling pet, a griffin toy, and a Deep Weller's Earthen Hearthstone effect. But the 3 days early access is not necessary unless you absolutely want to get in early, but yeah, so we'll get access if you have it early. You can upgrade too, which is kind of nice. It's kind of like PAX Day where they let you upgrade and pay the difference, I believe, as well. But yeah, these areas is where I would be spending most of my time if I was you, to do all the catch-up stuff. You'll be able to get pretty decent gear. Spock says, BRB, animals need food real fast before I get locked in. Gotcha. I'm going to hang around here for a little bit so I can show him what these events are like. And then we're going to hop over on the beta and we're going to show off some of the new talent trees. I'm going to grab a drink really quick while we wait for him to get back. And then we're going to show him the ropes.
I wouldn't call this particular echo radiant.
All right. Yeah, I think you guys are really gonna like seeing the new zones and stuff. It's pretty cool stuff. Am I getting attacked by gnomes? What the heck's going on here? Alright, welcome back. Glad everything went good down there for that hurricane storm. I mean, as good as it could have, probably. Damn. So you kind of got how the event works now? Yeah, you just want to fly around to those little blue markers on your map. And, like, right now, you see there's only 6% left of memories. Which means the boss is about to spawn. The boss is going to spawn down in this canyon. So once the next event gets completed,
What a peculiar memory for Azeroth.
that's when they're going to spawn. So some of the events I avoid. Like the one you're at right now where you have to carry the barrels. That one's a pain in the ass. I avoid that one. Some of them are easier than others. The more of them that you do, you'll actually earn pieces of gear just from doing them. So you should see Ragnaros is spawned now. So you can come down by him, and this will be the completion for your quest. Normally it takes a little longer than that, but everyone else was doing the world events while we were waiting for him to spawn. Yeah, pretty soon I'm going to hop over on the beta. So if you're interested in seeing some of that little sneak peeks, it's going to be kind of fun. With the package that I have, with the highest package, you just get access to the beta and you just download it through the launcher and you can hop right in. And they have different realms on there that are for testing different things. So they have one where you can test all the end game items and stuff. And they have one where you can copy a character over and you can test the end game zones. So there we go. Now you just go turn that quest in. And so the thing is, you could stay here now and you could pump another 100% of the memories down with the next group of people. And you will get rewards for doing those. You'll get items that are 480. You will get memories, which you could use to buy more items that are 480. And all kinds of stuff. So you could stay here now and just do more of the memories, or the more efficient way is do each one of these once a day, wait an hour for the next one. So like right now, I'd go back, I wait for the next one to spawn, but since you're so far behind, it's up to you. I mean, you have 10 days to do this event. Well, you actually have longer than that, because if you're not into the next expansion, you can still do this, I think, up to the 26th. But yeah, basically in 22 minutes and 15 seconds, it'll go over to Duskwallow Marsh. You can do the quest there to kill the boss, and then it'll switch over to Dragonblight. There's a vendor right here between the portals as well that sells you all of the stuff. And you just collect those memories, and you could buy pets, you could buy a mount through there, you could buy all the different gear, ton of crap. Pretty straightforward event, but it's been pretty good to get gear for alts and cosmetics as well. It's actually almost identical to the Dragonflight one. Is there anything else you need help with on here before I switch over to the beta and start showing off some of that content? Yeah, no problem. We can do some more dungeons or raids or something if you're trying to get that achievement. We only have to kill the awakened bosses on normal. So basically we would go through each of the raids one at a time on normal, do a full clear, you get the achievement, you get the mount, you're done. I've already done it. I don't think... You may have done some normal. There's a command. The achievement's like a little hidden... It's a hidden achievement. Let me see what it's called, though. I think it's under Feat of Strength, maybe? And then raids? No. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what it was. Wait, hold on. I know how to find out. I go to my mounts. If I find the mount that I got from it, it's not that one. It is one of these though. There it is right there. It's the Voyage. I'm going to link it here. So this is the mount that you get from doing it. And the achievement is called Awakening the Dragonflight Raids. You have to kill every single one of the raid bosses on normal awakened. You could do this before now, but the reason it's easier to do now is because during the pre-patch, all the raids are awakened. It normally cycles which raid is awakened. Now, all of them are awakened all at the same time, so you can just go through each of them. But if you try to look up the achievement in your achievements, it won't show up, I don't think, because it's a hidden achievement. But if that's something that you or other people are trying to do, you can look it up online. And there's also there's a special little command you can do. Let me find it for you really quick. Give me 1 second here. There's a special command you can do that will actually show it, your progress towards it. Doesn't show you everything about your progress, but it does show you some. There it is. All right, I'm gonna paste it in chat over there on YouTube. It's quite a long command, but if you type that command, I'll type it in chat on stream here so you guys can see. It shows you true if you've finished that raid on Awakened. It doesn't tell you which bosses you need or anything like that. You might be able to check the other normal and heroic achievements for the raids to see which ones you've done. If you've killed the boss on heroic, it counts towards the normal, so you don't need to kill that one again. But it's easy enough to do a full clear that it's not really that big of a deal. But yeah, it'll tell you Awakened Storms, Awakened Shadow, and Awakened Flames. That's each of the raids, and it'll tell you true, true, and true, or false, false, and false for all the ones that you've done or haven't done. All right, I need to, my screen's going to go black for a second here, guys. I'm going to load over to the beta now. Bear with me 1 second here. So let's switch over to the War Within beta. And I'm thinking it should pull up on stream fairly easily. I'm not sure if I need to change my source or not. We'll see. Oh, I do need to change the source. There we go. War Within beta. So there's a couple different realms on here. You have the realm that lets you test the endgame zones, which is this normal one. Then you have these go to 11. We're going to go on here first. These go to 11 is where you get a free level 80. And you can mess around with all the endgame gear and set bonuses and stuff like that. So let's pop in here and check out these new paladin talents. These things are really cool. I think you guys are going to like these. I'm going to go to somewhere a little quieter first. Let me move over here. So in my talent tree, these talent trees are the ones that we already currently have. The middle section is locked normally right now on the current live build. So for paladins, we have Herald of the Sun and Templar. Herald of the Sun has potential to be more of an AoE build, but I really like Templar. It's very strong into AoE, and it's also very strong into single target. So I think that I'm going to go Templar, to be honest. Not to say that I'm not going to mess around with Herald of the Sun. These are all going to be balanced and tweaked. Herald of the Sun used to be super OP for AoE, and then it got nerfed. Now it's a little underwhelming. They're going to get these dialed in balance-wise. But Templars stop at nothing to bring justice to the wicked. They call down hammers of light and unleash devastating combinations of physical and holy attacks to vanquish their enemies. These are kind of like a system similar to masteries in Guild Wars 2, where your standard skill trees are staying the same. No longer are we, well, I say no longer. In this next expansion, at first, we're not going to be getting any more points that will allow us to expand our standard skill tree. You now have this little mini skill tree that is kind of like your mastery. These are your hero talents. So you get to pick one of them. Currently, I have Templar activated. And on here, you can see the first one that you're going to be able to get a point in. As you level up, you'll get points to be able to put them in all of these, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, you should have enough points to be able to put one into all of these at max level. Light's Guidance. Wake of Ashes is replaced with Hammer of Light for 12 seconds after it is cast. So basically you cast Wake of Ashes, and now you can cast Hammer of Light. Hammer of Light costs you 5 holy power, so you have to have a full holy power bar in order to actually cast this. But when you do, it's devastating. It is a big chunk of your damage. It's amazing. Hammer down your enemy with the power of light, dealing 400, and this is not scaled yet. If you use wings, if you use all these other modifiers that you have from trinkets and stuff, if you have procs that are happening that are giving you more strength, that's going to increase this. If you have mastery strength, this will scale with that too, because it's holy damage. So this will deal 458,506 holy damage and 223,253 holy damage to up to 4 nearby enemies. So it hits your main target super hard, and then these secondary hammers will fall on these secondary targets that are nearby your main target. Additionally, calls down Empyrean hammers from the sky to strike 3 nearby enemies for 36,758 holy damage each. So it's a devastating attack. It's really, really cool when you see it go off as well. Then you have this next row. You're going to want to go directly down one of these paths to get to Light's Deliverance first. All 3 false symbolic? Oh, damn. Doing full clears of the raids on normal are not hard. And it's not, if you don't care about the mount, if you don't even like how the mount looks, you don't really have to do it. But nevertheless, if you want to, I can help you with that. We can get into some of the raids on normal pretty easily, I think. Gotta get the mount, he says. But yeah, so I recommend going down one of these paths, and this is not unique to Paladin. You're going to want to get your main thing at the top, and then work your way down. Well, you get this by default, the top one, so that's why you have 10 points here as you level up to 80 to pick these. I'm probably going to go down the middle row or the left row. The right row seems a little more utility, like it gives you this divine steed and stuff, but Shake the Heavens, if we do go down the middle, after casting Hammer of Light, you call down an Empyrean Hammer on a nearby target every 2 seconds for 8 seconds. So it's basically 2, 4, 6, 8, 4 free Empyrean Hammers, but right here, Higher Calling, Crusader, Strike, Hammer of Wrath, and Blade of Justice extend the duration of Shake the Heavens by 1 second. So you can feasibly get another hammer or two out of Shake the Heavens by casting your normal rotation of Hammer of Wrath, Blade of Justice, and Crusader Strike during the 8-second duration of Shake the Heavens. So you're going to extend that. You're going to get a couple more hammers. So you're probably going to get 5, maybe 6 hammers out of that for free. Then you have Hammerfall, another passive. Templar's Verdict and Divine Storm call down an Empyrean Hammer on a nearby enemy. This is every single time. So you're casting those as your holy power spenders anyways. You're automatically going to be calling down these extra hammers, which they hurt. They do a big chunk of your damage. While Shake the Heavens is active, this effect calls down an additional hammer. So while Shake the Heavens is going off from your Hammer of Light, you're going to be calling down 2 hammers each time you do a finisher. It's quite devastating. And then your final point here, if you do go down the middle row at first, is Light Deliverance. You gain a stack of Light's Deliverance when you call down an Empyrean Hammer. While Wake of Ashes and Hammer of Light are unavailable, you consume 60 stacks of Light's Deliverance, empowering yourself to cast Hammer of Light an additional time for free. So this is your big one. While Wake of Ashes and Hammer of Light are unavailable, meaning they're on cooldown, you consume 60 stacks of that Light's Deliverance to empower yourself to cast Hammer of Light an additional time for free. Hammer of Light is the big blast that's doing 500,000 damage to your main target, 230,000 damage to your secondary targets. You can get it to strike multiple times with Light's Deliverance, which is pretty cool. These secondary side rows here, this one's really good. You can choose between a more single target or multi-target build. So the Zealous Vindication, Hammer of Light instantly calls down 2 Empyrean Hammers on your target when it's cast. That can be single target. Then you have For Whom the Bell Tolls. Divine Toll grants up to 100% increased damage to your next 3 judgments when striking only 1 enemy. The amount of damage is reduced by 20% for each additional target struck. And that's for your Divine Toll striking them. When you cast Divine Toll, it throws out like 5 hammers at everybody. If there's no one else to hit, and it only hits 1 target, that's going to empower your next 3 judgments to do 100% increased damage, which is absolutely massive. Your judgments already hit very hard, and they proc your, what's it called? It is your, our mastery now does High Lord's Judgment, where Judgment has a percentage chance to blast the target with holy damage. So the higher you can get your mastery up, the better, because you're going to be casting High Lord's Judgment like crazy. So that is a choice node there. The one below that, Wake of Ashes surrounds you with a holy barrier for 10% of your maximum health. Empyrean Light heals you for 5% of your maximum health, increased by 1% for each additional target hit. And any overwhelming damage done with this effect gets converted into a holy barrier. Down here you have Endless Wrath. Calling down an Empyrean Hammer gets a 10% chance to reset the cooldown of Hammer of Wrath, making it usable on any target regardless of their health. This is really good for a single target build, because if we take Vengeful Wrath, if we take Endless Wrath, and we take Vanguard's Momentum, Hammer of Wrath gains an extra charge on enemies below 20... Oh, and there's another one here too. Where's it at? There's one that resets it as well. Is there not? Hold on, let me see where it's at. I thought there was something else that gave you a chance to reset your Hammer of Wrath. Maybe they did away with that. There was something else that could reset. 2 charges. That's your auto attacks, resetting Blade of Justice. That's just extra holy power. That's attack speed. This is new right here as well, I've noticed. Blade of Vengeance now hits nearby enemies for 116,000 holy damage, deals damage reduced beyond 5 targets. This makes your Blade of Justice hit all nearby enemies and apply expurgation, but if you take Holy Flames, you're not going to be doing that extra damage to all the secondary targets, but Divine Storm now deals 10% increased damage to those enemies that are affected by expurgation, and it spreads the effect up to 4 targets. You deal 3% increased holy damage to targets that are burning from expurgation. So this will let you spread expurgation. You hit a single target with it, and then you can spread your expurgation with Divine Storm. Now they're all burning, and they take 3% increased holy damage from you. So there are 2 unique ways to use your expurgation dot. I think Blade of Vengeance probably currently as the balancing stands will do more damage, because not only do you put your expurgation dot on all 5 targets, or all targets, not just 4, you put it on all targets, it also hits all the targets for 116,000, 117,000 holy damage. That's going to scale with all of your holy damage modifiers. So I think that Blade of Vengeance is probably still the better way to go, but if you're really trying to edge out that extra 3% holy damage, maybe Holy Flames could work. I'd have to simulate both of them to see which one would actually do more damage, but I'm not simming until the expansion actually releases. But I thought there was something else. It's right here. Is it Final Verdict? Has a 15%? Yeah, right here. So Final Verdict has a 15% chance to reset the cooldown of Hammer of Wrath and make it usable regardless of their health. And now Endless Wrath, calling down an Empyrean Hammer, has a 10% chance to reset your Hammer of Wrath, making it usable on target regardless of their health. So you have 2 things now that are going to be letting you cast your Hammers of Wrath, which is going to stack with your Vengeful Wrath, as well as Vanguard's Momentum is going to make it give you additional holy power and gives it an extra charge. So it's going to be resetting your Hammer of Wrath, which helps give you a bunch of extra damage on a single target. Sanctification, which is a choice node with Endless Wrath. Endless Wrath is going to be the single target option. Sanctification, casting Judgment, increases the damage of Empyrean Hammer by 10%. And multiple applications may overlap. This is also kind of a single target application, but I might have to sim them to see which one will be better. This far right lane that you can go down, this one, when Empyrean Hammer critically strikes, 100% of its damage is dealt to nearby enemies. Each enemy hit with this effect deals 5% reduced damage to you for 8 seconds, so it gives you extra AoE cleave as well as a little bit of damage reduction. This one's interesting. Bonds of Fellowship, you receive 20% less damage from Blessing of Sacrifice, and each time its target takes damage, you gain 4% movement speed up to a maximum of 40. It's kind of the speed itself, take it or leave it, but that 20% less damage could be pretty big. Right here, Unrelenting Charger, Divine Steed lasts 2 seconds longer and increases your movement speed by an additional 30%. For the first 3 seconds. It's really good for movement. It's a lot of momentum. Then you have this here. Hammer of Light applies Judgment to its target and increases your haste by 12% for 6 seconds. That 12% haste is pretty big, but it's only every time you cast Hammer of Light. And you can only cast Hammer of Light. Every time you do Wake of Ashes, you generate 5 holy power, and then you can do Hammer of Light. So it's only every 30 seconds. Every 30 seconds getting 12 haste for 6 seconds. That could be kind of big. That's quite a bit of haste. So that's what the Templar tree looks like. I'll now go and I can show you the single target and multi-target builds that I've set up here. So we're going to be hitting, and I do have a DPS meter here for you guys to check out. We're going to be hitting this Raiders training dummy. You're going to want to start off with Blade of Justice in almost every case to start getting your expurgation dot rolling. And this was one of the... I need to turn the sound down really quick. Hold on. It's a bit loud. All right. So this was one of my complaints, was expurgation now only lasts for 9 seconds. For some reason, I feel like it's much longer on live. I think the duration did get reduced. So you constantly have to keep reapplying your expurgation if you want the target to be burning from your expurgation. It's about to end here. I have to reapply it. So that's how long you get in between expurgation reapplication. 9 seconds now. And they suffer the damage every 2.4 seconds. So you're really getting 4 ticks of 21,000 damage, but it actually hits for more than that. So the strike itself did 240 something, 42,000 on the expurgation, 20,000 on the expurgation. So when it crits, it does quite a bit. There's another 20,000. You're really getting like 4 or 5 ticks out of that unless you're constantly maintaining the dot. So you can see here, expurgation, normal hits 16, critical hit 42. And again, there's my talents that I'm running currently. This is my single target build. So let's go ahead and clear this. And we are going to go into a normal rotation of Blade of Justice, followed up by Judgment, followed up by Hammer Down on him with that Final Verdict. Judgment does stack now, so you can get multiple stacks of Judgment on them. Make sure you're maintaining that expurgation dot, and that's your rotation pretty much. If you have more than 3 targets, you're probably going to want to be casting Divine Storm. But I kind of have an all-in on one or the other. I have not done a hybrid build yet where you're doing more of a little bit of cleave. This is purely single target. Oh, one thing of note, they did change Blessed Champion. Crusader Strike and Judgment hits an additional 4 target. You don't need to put 2 points into this anymore. It's 1 point. And it does a lot of cleave damage. So this may be worth taking if there's something here that you want to sacrifice in order to take that. I'm not sure what you would want to give up. Heart of the Crusade, you probably could give up if you really wanted to, but 20% extra damage and 20% extra critical strike damage from your auto attacks is kind of big. Let's do like a normal rotation and we'll see how much that actually equates to. Because again, that's going to be stacking with Zealot's Fervor, because that gives you an auto attack speed increased by 40%. But let's see what percentage your auto attack actually would be. So you can see we have multiple stacks of Judgment because they are stacking. Maintaining your expurgation dot probably is not as hard as you think it is because you're going to be using it anyways to have buttons to click, sometimes back to back. So I think them reducing the burn is more of a, they just don't want it to be burning for forever. But you can see we're getting multiples of those procs of Hammers of Wrath. We don't really have a problem with having no button to click. We kind of have something ready on pretty good intervals here. Well, let's check our damage now and see what percentage our auto attack is. So that's going to be... Where is it at? That's going to be our Crusading Strikes, and you can see that's doing almost 12% of our damage. That's our third highest. That's doing more than our expurgation. That's with 100% uptime on a training dummy, obviously. But that's why I like putting 2 points into the Heart of the Crusader, because that's making it do 20% more damage and 20% more critical strike damage. It's pretty big. I'm going with Improved Judgment to have double charges of Judgment. I'm going with Improved Blade of Justice to have double Blade of Justice, so we always have something to push. We can always apply our expurgation. And Blade of Justice is getting reset by Art of War. 20% chance to reset the cooldown on a Blade of Justice. So that's all working together pretty beautifully. I am running Blade of Justice, Blade of Vengeance here, which makes it hit nearby enemies for 116. You don't really need to do this if you're going for pure single target. You could drop that, and you could take Blessed Champion for cleave. Either one of these is going to be for cleave. If you want to go with something that's not cleave, you could take Divine Wrath. You could take Executioner's Will. You could take Burn to Ash. Or you could take Rush Light, which is going to give you 5% haste. Critical Strike of your damaging single target Holy Power abilities grants 5% haste. Let's see how much uptime we can get from that to see if it's worth losing that cleave. It probably is, to be honest. So I'll be able to check with details here, the uptime of it. There it goes, it activated. We have 5% extra haste, bringing us up to 32 haste. It just fell off. We're back down to 26. So we'll be able to check the uptime. There it is. It's back up again. It is nice to have that haste. So that's probably a pretty good single target alternative to having that cleave. If you're doing raids and you're fighting a boss, that's pretty much what you're going to want to go with, I would think. We'll see. We'll check its uptime, though, here in a second. Let's get some reps in. And we're not using burst rotation for a reason. We're just checking standard uptimes and damage numbers. Obviously, you're going to get much higher uptime out of it if you are using Avenging Wrath, because that's going to increase your critical strike chance, which is going to then make it proc more often, because this is whenever your critical strikes from your damaging single target Holy Power abilities grants you 5% haste. So let's go ahead and see what the uptime was on the aura there. Looks like we had 53%, so about half of my attacks are crits, and so we had 53% uptime on that. That's pretty decent, to be honest. Pretty decent uptime on that. That's 53% of the combat duration. I have an extra 5% haste. That's probably worth it if you're going for pure single target. You don't really need Blade of Vengeance, because that now hits enemies nearby. And you don't need Holy Flames, because that's going to be for your Divine Storm. And you don't really need Blessed Champion, because that makes your Crusader Strike and Judgment now hit an additional 4 enemies. These are like for Mythic Plus style pulls, where you need to do big cleave damage, but not really huge AoE damage. That's when you'd want to go with that over Rush Light, I would think. But for pure single target, I really like Rush Light there. You don't need Consecrated Ground. That's AoE stuff. That's for your Consecration. I'm trying to think how else we could refine this down. We do take Seething Flames, because that's for single target as well. I really like Radiant Glory. I think Radiant Glory will get some play once it gets tweaked. Radiant Glory is pretty decent. You could also take Executioner's Will or Divine Wrath. You could work those in somewhere. Empyrean Legacy, I'm not too sure if it is necessary or not for single target. It's going to give you a Divine Storm that is 25% increased effectiveness. But let's see what a Divine Storm even does on a single target. So Divine Storm is hitting for... it's hard to tell. Let me check on the numbers here. So the Divine Storm hit for 147,000. That's a single hit. So normal hit, 147,000. So that plus 25%, you're probably looking at, probably around 200k every 20 seconds from that. Let's see what it's going to do in a normal rotation. So it can empower it. There's the free Divine Storm. It just gives you free Divine Storms every 20 seconds. So let's see what they actually equate to in all reality. So here we go. We're going to get another free proc of it. Slam down. So that's the second one we got. I just don't know if it's going to be doing enough damage or if you'd rather get more value out of your Avenging Wrath or your Executioner window. Remember, Executioner Sentence window is, you get 2 of those every minute. So you get a mini burst every 30 seconds. Avenging Wrath on a 1 minute cooldown, but you can do Executioner Sentence followed up with Wake of Ashes, followed up with your, what's it called? Your Hammer of Light every 30 seconds. So that's pretty big burst windows there. I think Paladin's going to be extremely strong going into next expansion. Retribution, that is. We'll get one more free... We'll do one more free Divine Storm here. There we go. And let's check its damage now. So you can see Divine Storm's only doing 2.8%. Because again, those are the free ones. And you can see how hard they're hitting for right here. 152. So they're doing 152,000 damage every hit. It hit 4 times in the combat window of... How long was that? Does it tell me the time, the duration somewhere in here? I'm not too sure. But in that whole window, it only did that much. I don't know if that's worth it, that free Divine Storm. It can be kind of punchy in PvP, but for PvE, you may want to drop Empyrean Legacy. You'd have to sim this, but you may want to drop Empyrean Legacy and take something like Executioner's Will for every 30 seconds, getting 4 more seconds out of your Executioner Sentence window, or Divine Wrath to get that extra 3 seconds of your Avenging Wrath. Because Avenging Wrath lasts for 20 seconds, that would make it last for 23 seconds. I don't know how that works with Crusade. I don't even know if it works with Crusade, to be honest. Well, let's go ahead and drop that and see what other options would be. You don't really need Tempest of Lightbringer. You don't really need Inquisitor's Ire. Every 2 seconds gain 5. Yeah, you don't need that. Over here, Crusader Strike has 5% chance to make your next Divine Storm free and deal 15% additional damage. You don't really need that. Holy Power generating abilities have a chance to cause your next Final Verdict. So this could be interesting, actually. Holy Power generating abilities have a chance to cause your next Final Verdict to hit an additional 3 enemies at 80% effectiveness. This could be useful for Cleave. If you're trying to do a Mythic Plus Cleave build, this would probably be something you'd want to take. I wonder what that chance is, though. Let's take that and try it out. Because if it's a high chance, that could be worth it. Let's go over here to the multi-targets, and we'll see what kind of uptime we get on that. This is Judge, Jury, Executioner. Holy Power generating abilities have a chance to cause your next Final Verdict to hit an additional 3 targets for 80% effectiveness. So there we go, we got the Rush of Light. I'm trying to see if we get a buff for it. Oh, I think that did it, didn't it? Hold on, let's see. That was one of them hammers. There's another hammer that comes down. Those hammers are so freaking awesome. There's another hammer. Wait, did I not apply this? No, I applied it. Was that it? Is that what came forward? No, that's a hammer coming down. So those hammers that are coming down, those are the Empyrean hammers. There's another Empyrean hammer. Those things hurt, man. Those are no joke. There's another one. This is such a... I love the class fantasy behind this. I'm trying to see if we get a buff that lets us know. I'm just going to do Holy Power Spenders here. Or generators to see if we get a buff. The buff should be Judge, Jury, Executioner. Holy Power generating abilities have a chance to cause your next Final Verdict to hit additional 3 targets. It looks like that was it. You see how it comes down and smacks them? But oh, there it is right there. Judge, Jury, Executioner. Okay, so now we're going to do it. The animation's hard to tell. I don't know if the animation's not fully there yet or what. But I'm curious how much that's going to hit for. There it is again. Judge, jury, executioner. Your next final verdict will hit 3 targets. So let's back up. We have 5 seconds before it falls off. I want to see what the animation looks like without all the other bullshit going on. Here we go. It's hard to tell. Because an Empyrean Hammer hit the left guy as well. One of those was an Empyrean Hammer. We should be able to check the uptime on auras. Judge, jury, executioner is what we're looking for. If it's going to show up. Did it reset these already? I think it did. Blade of Justice, Consecration. Yeah, it reset it. Let's get an uptime. Let's do a full rotation. Let's get an uptime on this. Because that could be some really strong cleave for Mythic Plus if it's reliable enough. There it is, we got it. So like that, the slash, I think, is... That's a hammer. Yeah, that slash is what it is. So you can kind of tell the difference between... Right there, that was hammers and a slash at the same time on some of them. There's a hammer. Let's check the uptime. It should show under auras, Judge, Jury, Executioner, I would think. Maybe it's under standard spells. So final verdict. Maybe it's not tracked yet. There's the Empyrean Hammers. Doing 500k, 3.7, and that's not using any of the rotation with the burst. The burst rotation makes those Empyrean Hammers go through the roof on the scale. It'll come way up here, as well as the Hammer of Light. You see some weird stuff on here. These are just from trinkets and things that I have. I was testing out some endgame stuff. We can kind of ignore those. But it doesn't look like we can actually tell Judge, Jury, and Executioner uptime. There it is right there, actually. 39%. That's pretty damn good. That's like a 40% uptime on having your final verdict hit 3 additional targets. It's tough, though, because that allows you, in Mythic Plus, to do a cleave build while also staying heavily single target oriented. You can get some cleave out of it. What would the other options be? Taking Blade of Vengeance, that could give you a lot of cleave. Blessed Champion can give you a lot of cleave. Obviously, I mean, I think that Blade of Vengeance is going to give you the most cleave, or Holy Flames. But if you're doing a single target build, you're not going to want to be casting Divine Storm. You have options at least, right? You have a lot of options here. I want to try Radiant Glory with the new Templar thing here. So let's actually take Radiant Glory. What Radiant Glory is going to do is it's going to make our Wake of Ashes activate our Avenging Wrath. So we no longer can activate it on our own. But I want to see how it does on single target with Wake of Ashes leading directly into Hammer of Light. So here we go. We're going to start off our normal rotation. We're going to build some Holy Power. Get a couple finishers in. And now we're going to do Wake of Ashes into an Executioner Sentence, into a Hammer of Light, into Divine Toll, into some more finishers here. So it doesn't last very long, your burst window, but you get it every 30 seconds. So you're basically guaranteed to get your Hammer of Light out of one rotation here. So now we have enough to do it again. Let's go ahead, Wake of Ashes. Oh, I forgot to do my Execution Sentence first. But you can see just how hard that hits. And you're getting the extra uptime from it as well, because the other thing that Radiant Glory does is every holy power spent has a chance to activate Avenging Wrath as well. So you're getting a lot of value out of it, I think. We can check the uptime on it and compare the two. You pack quite a bit into that small window. Wait a second, did you see that? Wake of Ashes. I didn't even have to cast Wake of Ashes. I procced the free wings proc for 4 seconds from my spending holy power, and it allowed me to do the hammer again. I don't know if that's an oversight or a bug, but let's see if we can get it to happen again. There it goes. Oh, but Wake of Ashes isn't on cooldown. Wake of Ashes needs to be on cooldown in order for you to try and get that free one out of it. Let's try it again here. I'm always, like, I don't know if I should do, see, the problem with this is, with Radiant Glory, if I do Execution Sentence first, you're not going to get the Wake of Ashes extra damage into Execution Sentence. But you are going to get the wings damage off from having Avenging Wrath for your Wake of Ashes, if that makes sense. So if I have to activate this first and then do this, you're probably getting more damage out of your Wake of Ashes, but you're losing some on your Execution Sentence. So now that it's on cooldown, my Holy Power spenders have a chance to give me a free wings proc. So let's see if we can get it to happen before 15 seconds is up, and it'll let me do Empyrean Hammer again. If I get a proc, that is. Looks like we're not going to this cycle, so let's do another cycle here. So let's see if we can get it to proc now. If we can get a free wings proc, I think we get a free Hammer of Light. There it is. No, that just came up out of anywhere. Is that a talent? Let me check. Hold on. Is there something that can proc Hammer of Light? Because you can only do Hammer of Light while Wake of Ashes is on cooldown. So is there something that procs Hammer of Light? That increases the duration. Oh yeah, that's what it is right there. So that's Light's Deliverance. While Wake of Ashes, Hammer of Wrath, or Hammer of Light are on cooldown, you can consume 60 stacks of Light's Deliverance. So let's see if we get up to 60 stacks of Light's Deliverance again. And how do you get Light's Deliverance? You gain a stack of Light's Deliverance when you call down an Empyrean Hammer. So whenever an Empyrean Hammer is called down, you gain a stack. We are up to 9 stacks currently. You need 60 to get the free. So we got wings here. I'm torn between activating Executioner Sentence first or Wake of Ashes first. I want to say you do Execution Sentence first. Yeah, no, you do it first, for sure. Now we start building damage. That was a terrible Execution Sentence window. I gotta try again. If you guys have any questions about these rotations or any of these abilities, or if you want me to check other classes, let me know as well. So here we go. We're about to do another rotation here. Execution Sentence, Wake of Ashes, Divine Storm. I forgot to do Hammer of Light. We need to build enough before it comes down. So it's a very short window, honestly. The Hammer of Light does a lot of damage. Let's check its actual profile here. Look at that, Hammer of Light. 4th highest. Hammer of Wrath next. Empyrean Hammers doing 5% of all of your damage. And this is with Radiant Glory, keep in mind. I'm just playing around with Radiant Glory because I kind of like the idea of it. So we will activate it, the Wake of Ashes, into an Empyrean Hammer, and then immediately into our finishers to get as many as we can in that window. And let's see how much damage it did. Execution sentence, yeah, 1.13 million damage when you do it in the correct order. The correct order is execution sentence into Wake of Ashes, which will then proc your wings from Radiant Glory, which will then allow you to do your Hammer of Light into your standard rotation and Divine Toll. $1.22 million, so that was a little bit better that time. Look at that, 667,000 with that Hammer of Light. That is such cool class fantasy. I love it. If it wasn't for Crusading Strikes, all of our stuff can be done from range. Let me see something really quick. So let's see here. We have something that's causing our Blade of Justice to drop Wake of to drop the Consecrated Ground. I'm trying to see what that is. You probably don't need Burning Crusade, honestly. You're not using Divine Storm or Divine Hammer enough. It's really just your Consecrated Ground. And I'm trying to figure out what it is that's causing it to drop there. Is that just automatic? No, there's something causing that. I'm not sure. What is causing that? I thought it was an ability before. It's got to be a passive, so let's see. It's not that. Consecrated Blade, passive. Blade of Justice casts Consecration at the target location. Is that just automatic now? I thought that used to be a talent you had to take on retail. I don't see it in here, though. It used to be somewhere over here, so that must just be completely passive. Can only occur once every 6 seconds. So do we just not have the ability to cast Consecrated Ground anymore? Because I'm not spec'd into that. So it must just be completely passive. Because unless I'm missing something, I don't see it in here. Does that mean that it can automatically do Divine Hammer then? No, I don't think so. Let me try something. I'm going to take this out and I'm going to put this into Divine Hammer. Do I get Consecrated Ground and Divine Hammer now? Divine Hammer is kind of cool. You cast it, it's a 2-minute cooldown, they spin around you, consuming holy power to strike enemies within 8 yards, 31,000 holy damage every 1.7 seconds while active. Your Judgment and Blade of Consecration, your Blade of Justice and Judgment recharge 75% faster and increase the rate at which they strike by 15%. So it's a pretty cool ability. Let me put it over here. So do I still... Yeah, it's completely passive now, that's interesting. See what that actually did there. Divine Hammer, not bad, 10.7. The thing with Divine Hammer is you want to have full holy power before you use it, and you don't want to use any finishers. Because the finishers are consuming your holy power, and you need as much of the holy power as possible to have Divine Hammer spin for as long as possible. But yeah, they've made our Consecrated Ground completely passive now because we don't have that as an ability in here, as far as I can tell. So we probably don't need Burning Crusade, because that's just increasing only the Radiant damage, making your Divine Storm, Divine Hammer, and Consecration. We're not doing Divine Hammer. We're not doing Divine Storm because we're single target build. So the only thing that's getting the increase is Consecration, and I don't think that's worth it to make it get an extra 5 damage. This is still good because your damage over time effects are 10% more damage, and that's going to make our Expurgation do 10% more damage. So we kind of do have another free point here to put where we want. So if we're not using Radiant Glory, we have 2 points. You could take Empyrean Legacy, which would scale with Burning Crusade, but I don't really think that's necessary. Judge, Jury, and Executioner would be for Cleave, but if you're going for pure single target, I want to say you take Divine Wrath, and you want to take Executioner's Will, right? Once this cooldowns up, we'll be able to apply these changes and give this a whirl. This should give us 4 extra seconds of that and 3 extra seconds of this. That should be a pretty good combo. I would like to see Divine Wrath scale with Radiant Glory. So you're going to get 7 seconds of Avenging Wrath during your Radiant Glory window. Let's see if it actually does work. I don't think it does. I think having these two together is just a wasted point, because this gives you... This gives you 8 seconds. It should give you 11, but I don't think it does. Nope, it does not. So it's, yeah, it's a wasted ability. Somebody just invited me to their party. Is that you, Symbolic? Are you on the beta? Some random person just invited me. So you don't want Radiant Glory with Divine Wrath. It's useless. Let's go ahead and take these two. I think he was testing something. I'm not sure. He said thank you and then he left. So now we should have longer execution window, longer Avenging Wrath window. Let's see how this works out. This is like single target build right here. So we are going to go into our rotation here, drop a hammer. Straight into our burst window. Here comes our 30-second burst window. That is a big burst every 30 seconds. That is super powerful. I'm digging that. Now we're about to come up on our full burst window once again, which is going to include our Avenging Wrath. So we have a little bit of downtime there where we can't push anything, but not too much. And when are you really going to have 100% uptime like that unless it's a boss that's standing still and doesn't require mechanics? So here's our full burst window now. See, Expurgation is a pain to keep up now. We got two of the Light's hammers in one burst rotation. That was really strong. I cannot wait to look at the numbers on these. I'm going to do another 30-second rotation here. We're going to do one more burst rotation, and then we're going to check the numbers and see uptimes on things. But that lines up perfect. You get Execution Sentence into Wake of Ashes every 30 seconds. You get a full burst window with Divine Toll and Avenging Wrath every minute. Here we go into a full burst rotation. That's the move right there. And then we can compare the uptime of Radiant Glory with a standard burst rotation for Avenging Wrath. Alright, so let's check these numbers here. Final Verdict, doing the most damage, 15%. Judgment, doing almost 15%. Hammer of Light, that's our new ability that we're getting from our hero talents, 8.3%. Empyrean Hammers, just behind it, almost 8%. Crusading Strikes, that's our auto attacks, 7.6%. Execution Sentence, 7.4%. Blade of Justice, 5.6%. Hammer of Wrath, 5.5%. Wake of Ashes, 5.4%. A dot from one of our trinkets. Expurgation doing 3.7%. So Expurgation is not doing as much damage, nearly as much damage as it used to. It's very, very interesting. Where's Consecration? Consecration's way down here, 1.7, so there's no point in really trying to buff that much. Seal of the Crusader, that's right here, but we need that in order to go into Vengeful Wrath, so that's just extra damage for us, pretty much. Let's see what else is on here. Let's check our auras. I have Crusader aura on right now. There is no more Retribution aura, unfortunately. They did away with that. Let's see the uptime on Avenging Wrath is about 34% uptime, so we'll compare that to using Radiant Glory and see the uptime that we get. So we have about 34% of Avenging Wrath uptime. Rush Light, around 40%. Shake the Heavens, 44%. Art of War is activating about 14% of the time. Let's check what the other choices besides Art of War. Each Holy Power spent has a 6% chance to reset the cooldown, or your auto attacks have a 20% chance. Each Holy Power spent. Let's check Righteous Cause uptime compared to... We're going to check Righteous Cause compared to... What was it called? Where is that? Art of War. So Art of War... Where is it at? Is only 14%. So if we can get more than 14%, then this is the way to go for single target. Yeah, it's hard to maintain that expurgation dot because you have other things that you want to push before you're pushing that. I mean, it does hurt quite a bit, I guess, so it's kind of worth pushing. 272,000 damage. $1.5 million that hammer just hit for. So Art of War was 14%. We're going to do one more burst rotation, then we're going to check the uptime. Alright, let's check the uptime on this now. So Art of War was 14. Righteous Cause, 9%. So yeah, it's better to use, if you have good uptime on the boss, Art of War is better. you're going to get more uptime, resetting your Blade of Justice much more often. Because if you think about it, each holy power spent has 6%. So 6, 12, so you have like 18% chance per holy power spender to reset it. That's going to be limited based on how much holy power you can generate in order to be able to spend. So yeah, I think Art of War for uptime. Let's check the uptime on Avenging Wrath now. One of the reasons you want to take the thing that increases your damage over time for your expurgation dot, and you have to make sure that you have expurgation up. Let's do our little burst window here. Whoops, I forgot to do the whole hammer thing. And having that extra little bit of time in order to cast this if I do mess up the rotation, the extra 4 seconds on the executioner sentence is really, really nice to have as a buffer. But if you take Burn to Ash, that's why you really need to make sure that you have expurgation up in order to get value out of it. Here we go, full burst rotation. We're checking the uptime of Avenging Wrath, and we're going to compare that to the uptime of Radiant Glory. Another mini burst window here. I say mini, but it still is going to hurt. I love the class fantasy. It's this Templar. These Templar traits are amazing. We'll mess around with the other ones as well for AoE. I'm trying to get the single target build dialed in here. And I'll share this build on the Discord. If you guys want to join the Cheeky Buggers United Community Discord, I'll share this build. I haven't simmed it or anything, so this is just based on my observations. Another full burst rotation here to check my uptime. Alright, let's check the uptime on Avenging Wrath. Auras. Avenging Wrath, 42% uptime. So with a 42% uptime, we'll have to wait for our shit to come off cooldown. Or wait till I drop out of combat. 42% uptime. Let's switch over to Radiant Glory and see what our uptime is going to be on there. 42%. So if Radiant Glory can give you more than 42% uptime on wings, it could be a little clunky with your rotation until you get it down pat, but all that really matters is the amount of time you have wings for, right? I guess you could argue that not having enough time to have your execution sentence window be able to be packed with everything that you need could be a problem. 42% is the number to beat.
And it's going to be highly dependent on if you proc wings as well. Because there is that chance involved. I'm really curious if we're going to beat the 42% or not. I wonder if it can overlap as well. If you have wings already from Wake of Ashes, from the Radiant Glory, and you proc... Let's check the percentage here. And you proc from each Holy Power spent, would that overlap? So let's see, 42%. This is 33%. So it is less uptime. So I don't think Radiant Glory is going to be worth it. Burn to Ash is really interesting. So when Truth's Wake critically strikes, its duration is extended by 2%, which is going to happen during your burst windows. And each other damage over time effect gains 30% increased damage to targets that are affected by Truth's Wake. So if we get rid of that and we put these two here, where could we get another point from? We kind of need all of these other ones. We don't really have a point to spare. Voodoo says playing some WoW tonight. I'm just checking out some things on the beta. We're currently on the beta realm. We're also going to go fly around and check out some of the new zones that are coming in the upcoming The War Within expansion. There's going to be more PAX Day coming tomorrow, August 13th, 6 a.m. We're getting that patch. I don't think the patch for PAX Day is going to be substantial. I think it's going to have some standard stuff in it. It's what they've told us. It's going to have maybe a couple other things they haven't told us, but I think it's going to have a couple shadow updates. They tend to not tell us everything that's included in those updates. So we're going to be checking that out tomorrow and probably doing some more RP and having some fun over there on PAX Day. But yeah, tonight I'm checking out the beta. This is the new Templar hero talents for Paladin on World of Warcraft. We're going to check out Herald of the Sun. We're going to go see some of the new zones. And I'm right now dialing in a single target build for Retribution Paladin with all the new abilities and stuff that we have. These abilities are really fun for class fantasy. But Burn to Ash gets extended from critical strikes. Your critical striking is going to be happening a lot from your Avenging Wrath. Let me see here. Is this worth it to take this over the 4 seconds? Let's see how much more damage we can make our Expurgation do. This might not have as much value now that Expurgation doesn't last as long anymore. First thing I want to check is how long does it burn them for? Burns them for 9 seconds. So during those 9 seconds, which lines up perfectly with a Blade of Justice, that's how long Expurgation is going to do extra damage for. So let's go into a standard rotation. Build up some holy power, spend some. Okay, here we're going to go into a rotation here. So now they're burning. Hey, Francesco, thank you for that subscription. Really appreciate it. So now that they're burning from Truth's Wake, it should have increased the damage they were taking from Expurgation. We're going to test it again here now, so I'm going to make sure that they have a fresh Expurgation, Execution Sentence, Wake of Ashes. The numbers from, it's hard to tell, I don't have my proper add-ons, but the numbers from Expurgation should be bigger now by 30%. Francesco, are you excited for The War Within coming out? We're on the beta right now. We're about to head out to the new zone as well. What do you think of the WoW movie? I really liked the WoW movie, actually. I thought the WoW movie was good. I hope that they do some more. I don't know if they will. It's been a while since they've done since they did the last one, but I thought it was really, really good. Let's go into a full burst rotation here. God, those hammers are amazing. They look so good, too. But in order for burn to ash to make sense, you need to be on top of your expurgation dot, and especially now that it is a much lower duration. Well, let's check the damage here of expurgation. So we'll go over to spells. Expurgation, 4.1% damage. Where is burn to ash? Or there it is right there, Truth's Wake. So Truth's Wake is doing it's doing 2.6%, expurgation doing 4.1, and that's with burn to ash. When Truth's Wake critically strikes and increases its duration by 2 seconds, your other damage over time effects deal so not Truth's Wake. Others do 30% more. So we did with expurgation 4.1. Let's change it out and see how much it can do without it. 4.1 is the percentage to beat. We're gonna go right into a full burst rotation. .1%. If you guys don't want spoilers, this is not the stream for you. But I think everybody wants spoilers. Everybody wants them juicy updates. So 4.1% on the expurgation. We're going into a partial rotation here, partial burst. Very little downtime in the rotation, which is kind of nice. Like right here, a little bit of downtime, but we got some free procs there. Allows us to keep going. We're about to go into a full burst rotation, starting now. Got a free hammer. Bam! Slam down with that hammer. Voodoo, did you like the WoW movie? Okay, we're gonna get another mini burst window here, and then we're gonna check our damage. I think you guys are really gonna like the new zones. Once we go check them out, they're amazing. All right, let's check this here. Expurgation, yeah, so it went from 3.1 to 4.1. There's no point in taking that. And Truth's Wake went down a little bit as well. It may not even be worth taking this. Expurgation is the only thing that's going to be taking effect of this damage over time effect, I believe. Because what else do we apply? I guess that would also scale with... What do you guys think? Does Penitence, your damage over time effects, deal 10% more damage? Does that equate to things like this Spiderling Sting and stuff that procs from my trinkets? You did like the movie? Yeah, I thought it was really good. I want more. Because if that's the case... If it's increasing the damage of... I mean, Consecration's inconsequential. Expurgation is the main one. But if it's also increasing it for, like, my trinkets... I haven't been using the active spray, but your abilities have a chance to spray them with acid. This one does a bunch of damage over time as well. I just don't know if Penitence is even worth it. Damage over time effects, because the only real one we have... If I'm not using Burn to Ash, because it only increases my damage by 1% for Expurgation, it's kind of not necessary. What else would I take, though, is the question. These are AoE. This is the only one. This is Cleave. The only one that may be single target. Crusading Strike's 5% chance to make it Divine Storm free. I don't really need that. I don't want Divine Hammer. Empyrean Legacy is the only one that has a chance really to increase our single target damage more. So let's try that. Because if penitence is only going to give us 1% extra damage, let's see what the damage of expurgation is now. I know I'm clicking a lot of stuff. My buttons and things didn't carry over to the beta. I'm trying to maintain expurgation as much as I can. Got a mini rotation here. Slam down with that hammer of light. Love these abilities. "12 seconds, we're gonna get a full burst rotation coming up. Here we go. Full big boy burst rotation. Maintaining expurgation is going to be a problem. At the right times, that is. If we're not using all the things that boost it, then I'm not too worried about it. It's just extra damage. But if you're trying to play around expurgation, if its damage ever gets buffed again, it's going to be hard. You're going to have to maintain it. All right, let's see what we got. So expurgation 3.7. Yeah, so there's no point in taking penitence. Where's Truth's Wake? There's Wake of Ashes. Truth's Wake 2.1, expurgation 3.7, and that's without taking penitence, that 10% towards Wake of Ashes burning over time. So that's not doing 10% more, and expurgation's not doing 10% more. Can you even take the point out of expurgation? You can. We could just do away with expurgation altogether, but where would you put the point? If you don't have expurgation, there's really nothing else to put the point into, to be honest. And that's like the only thing that's really going to be giving you extra single target damage. I guess you could take Divine Auxiliary, but this is hard to play around with. It's kind of clunky. We already have Wrath. We already have Executioner's Will. We don't want Radiant Glory because it lowers our uptime of wings. This is Cleave. This is Cleave. We already have Empyrean Legacy, so there's really nothing else to take. You don't want Divine Hammer because that's just wonky all over the place. Let's try Divine Auxiliary. Let's see how this would work. It's going to mean doing Executioner Sentence directly into a finisher. So we start off our normal rotation. We don't have to worry about maintaining expurgation now at this point because we don't have expurgation. So into a full rotation will look like this. Execution Sentence into a finisher, into that, into Hammer of Light. Hammer down again. That's not that clunky, actually. That might be the move, honestly. Just do away with expurgation altogether. I mean, at least for PvE. Because watch, where it gives you 3 holy power now. Let's go into here, spend it, Wake of Ashes, hammer down. Yeah, that's not too clunky. I don't mind that. You can get used to that pretty easily. Now, I don't know if we're losing too much damage by not having expurgation. I'm not sure. It's really weird that we have free consecration. That's just baked into the class now. God, look at that freaking hammer, dude. It's so sick. So the Blade of Justice is just all about its upfront damage now. You don't have to worry about expurgation if you don't have it. And the damage profile is just not going to have it on there now. You have Truth's Wake, which is doing 2.3 to 3 point whatever. That's its normal. We lost 3.1% damage. But I think Execution Sentence would probably have gone up because it's going to allow us to get an extra finisher in there for free. I don't know. That could be the move right there. Not take that. Go heavy into... Because, yeah, Burn to Ash... I just don't know if we need that. Unless you're going Expurgation, Penitence, and Burn to Ash, that could be your dot build. If you have a lot of things that have dots, or burns, you know, that could help there. I would like to get Divine Purpose, but I don't think it's possible. I would have to give up one of these nodes here, and I don't want to get rid of any of these. Because I can't take that out. Unless I go here, and I don't get... If I don't take Seal of Might, but that gives me a ton of mastery, so I definitely need that. And Seal of Alacrity gives me a bunch of haste, so I need that. So unless I lose Divine Resonance, casting Divine Toll instantly, or it gives you Judgment every 5 seconds, I can't get rid of the Vengeful Wrath, and I can't get rid of this. I don't see a way to get Divine Purpose with the single target build. We do have Blessing of Sacrifice with Recompense, which is going to allow us to get a little bit extra damage out. We don't need Lightforge Blessing because we're not doing Divine Storms. I guess we are with the Empyrean Legacy, the free one, but we're not actually like hard casting it. This gives us critical strike chance and armor. Armor increase. Cooldown reduction. I almost wish that Consecrated Blade was still a... It's right here, this Consecrated Blade. Blade of Justice, cast Consecration at the target location. I don't know what's giving that to us. Is that just purely passive? Am I missing something, guys? Is there something in here that's giving that to me? Blade of Justice. Pierce the enemy with the Blade of Light, dealing 132,000 holy damage. Divine Storm, we don't have a choice. We have to take it even though we're not really going to be using it. We have double Judgment here. 154,000, 130,000. 25% more damage against the stun target. Yeah, that's like PvP. Jurisdiction, this increases the range and damage. I don't really need the range. It's the Blade of Justice and Final Verdict, 10% damage that I'm getting from that. We want the extra Blade of Justice here. Auto attacks have a chance to reset Blade of Justice. This gives us the haste, auto attack speed. These are both cleave. These are both cleave. That's cleave. That's burn damage. Yeah, I don't have anything that's giving that to me, so... That is a pretty good single target build right there, I think. Let's look at AoE now. So AoE is going to see us taking Expurgation. It's going to see us taking Blade of Vengeance. We're going to take Blessed Champion. We are not going to take Vengeful Wrath. We are going to take Divine Purpose. We need to get to Lightforge Blessing here, so let's see how we can get that. We get rid of Blessing as Sacrifice. We take Lightforge Blessing. I can't do that. I need to take one of these. What do I take out up here?
We definitely want lay on hands. So we can just get rid of the Seasoned Warhorse, extra duration, so we can get Lightforge Blessing, because we're gonna be casting Divine Storm a lot. We don't want Empyrean Legacy. We do want Searing Light. We don't want either of those. Crusading Strikes has a 5% chance to make your next Divine Storm free. Yeah, we want that. We don't want Divine Hammer, I don't think. We want the additional projection. We don't really want any of those. Critical strike damage of your abilities increased by 5%, and Hammer of Wrath also causes a chance to cast. We don't really need that either. We go with Final Reckoning for this. We take the extensions for them. We want Expurgation. We want all of that. We're going heavy down this side. We could increase the range of our Consecration if we wanted to. What else over here do we need to change? So we have Lightforge Blessing. Seal of the Crusade is not really necessary if we're not taking Vengeful Wrath, because that's only like an extra 12,000 damage from auto attack. We already have the thing that's increasing their critical strike. I mean, you could if you wanted to, but what are our alternatives here? Golden Path, which would give some extra healing. Touch of Light. Your spells and ability have a chance to cause the target to erupt with Blinding Light, dealing 19,000 holy damage and healing an ally. Or healing an ally. So we could do that. And then we could do each holy power you spend has a 5% chance to cause your Consecration to flare up. That's what you want right there for the AoE. Because we're already going to be putting Consecration on the ground, so we will make the Consecration bigger. Let's just see what this does. And now here's the thing. We could stay Templar, and we could just switch around a couple of these in here to be our AoE ones. Or we could go Herald of the Sun. Because Hammer Down, this does cleave. Divine Toll, you would go with this as opposed to this because you want it to hit as many targets as possible. Casting Judgment increases the damage of your Empyrean Hammer by 10%. Multiple stacks may overlap. Calling down Empyrean Hammer has a 10% chance to reset the cooldown of Hammer of Wrath. We don't really need that. So yeah, this is what we would take for PvE AoE. And again, this is heavy, heavy AoE. So let's see here. We have the extra one there. We got the extra one there. Right here, we want Sanctify. Enemies hit by Divine Storm take 20% additional damage from Consecration. That's what we want. This increases Consecration. This has a chance for Consecration to flare up. This gives us free... Divine Purpose gives us free Cleave. A free cast of Divine Storm. This causes Crusader Strikes and Judgment to cleave. I think this is pretty good here. We don't want Seething Flames because that's for multi-target. Let's see how this does on AoE. And this is only going to be in a 3-target environment because there's only 3 targets back here. But this will give you guys an idea of how your AoE cleave. You can make a hybrid of the two for Mythic Plus. But this will give you an idea of what it will be like on multiple targets. So you can see Blade of Justice is hitting all of them. Hammers are hitting all of them. Divine Storm's hitting all of them. It's calling down those big explosions.
Let's go into a burst rotation here. Let's hammer down on all of them. It's a lot of Divine Storms. Keeping that Judgment stacks up, keeping that Expurgation spread around. We don't have anything else to do with our 30-second burst rotation other than Wake of Ashes and the Hammer now. The Hammer of Light. That's all we have because Final Reckoning is on a minute cooldown with our main burst, so we lose that Executioner Sentence window. There we go, another big burst window. Hammer of Light into our... Oh, we got 2 Hammer of Lights into our Divine Toll. I mean, you can see the numbers that are coming off of this. This is big stuff. We're going to do one more rotation, and then we're going to check numbers and see if there's any way that we can actually tweak this, make it even a little bit better. And then we're going to hop over to our other character, and we're going to go check out the new zones, show you guys what's going on down there. Got 5 seconds till our big burst rotation. And away we go. God, it's so satisfying. It's such a satisfying build. And this is pure AoE. You can go with more just cleave if you wanted, but this is just pure big boy AoE damage. Got a couple more hits here, and then we're going to check our numbers. So you can see we average around 1 million damage per second. Divine Storm all the way up at the top, Empyrean Hammer just below it, Blade of Justice. So with that Blade of Justice cleaving, that's why I think that Blade of Vengeance is going to be better than the Holy Flames. We can test it, but I think Blade of Vengeance is better because it's going to be hitting all of those targets for that 106,000 damage, as opposed to this just giving you 3% extra on your targets that are burning. So that's why I think that it's going to be better, but we will see. Judgment, hitting hard as always. Expurgation dot is way up there now, 8.2%. The thing that we're missing out on is if we do go down this path to take Burn to Ash, that would give us that extra 30% on that burn on all of the targets, which would be nice, but I don't know where we would get 2 points from. We would need to come up with 2 points in order to get down here, and I just don't see that happening. So we have Expurgation at 8.2, Hammer of Light, that's our on activation ability, 7.5. Crusading Strikes, our auto attack, cleaving for 5% of our damage. Consecration, flaring up. Is that the flare up, or is the flare up separate? No, that's Touch of Light. There it is. There's the flare up, 1.3%, doing 2 million damage on the flare up on our consecration. So we might be able to get, if we got rid of this, consecration's 15% larger. We could put 1 point into Seething Flame. We would need another point still. Where would we get it from? Executioner's Will is giving us that 4 seconds on our Final Reckoning window. We kind of want that. We need another point from somewhere. We don't want to get rid of the 3 seconds from Avenging Wrath. We need our Expurgation. 5% chance to make your next Divine Storm free and have 15% additional damage. That's nice to have, but it's not. Is that huge damage? I don't know. Let's see. Empyrean Power. What's the uptime on it? Look at that, Sanctify, 100% uptime. So we are looking for Empyrean Power, 11% uptime. So 11% of the time, we are getting a free Divine Storm, which hits everybody, which hits really hard. I think that's worth it. Rise from Ash. Wake of Ashes increases damage done by 8%. That's something we're going to have to get used to. You want to use Wake of Ashes, at least with Executioner's Sentence, near the end of it, so that way that 8% damage buff will apply to your Executioner's Sentence as it hits the target. So you want to hold your Wake of Ashes until that point, but you want to be able to have enough time to get your Wake of Ashes off and get those extra Hammers of Light in as well. So it's this in-between area. But yeah, so I kind of want to keep Imperium Power because it's uptime's 11%. That's pretty decent. But we can get rid of Consecrated Ground for sure. So we can get 1 point into here. Where are we going to get another point for Burn to Ash? High Lord's Wrath. So does, let me see something. Does High Lord's Judgment hit multiple targets? I don't think it does. So we lose High Lord's Judgment's bonus. It only hit 13 times, whereas our Judgment hit 80. So I don't actually think we need High Lord's Wrath. High Lord's Judgment is 50% more effective on Judgment, and Hammer of Wrath Judgment applies. So let's see, hold on, wait. High Lord's Judgment is 50% more effective on Judgment, and Hammer of Wrath Judgment applies an additional stack. I don't think we need that. Because if High Lord's Wrath is only hitting a single target and it's not cleaving with my Judgments, then maybe a bug, maybe it's supposed to. But it's only, normal hits are 13. It was cast 20 times, whereas Judgment was cast 114 times. So let's test this without it and see if it falls off a bunch. If it does, we can put it back. Let's go into our burst rotation. Yeah, look how much more damage we're doing. 1.2 million. We're gonna let it go for a little bit so we can get accurate numbers. You only really want to press Hammer of Wrath when you have nothing else to push when you're doing cleave. Okay, we got our mini burst window coming up here. Drop that Hammer of Light on them. We'll get one more big burst rotation in, then we'll check our numbers. Oh, we got a double Hammer of Light in that rotation there. So many Divine Storms, it's crazy. Alright. Let's check here. So, we have High Lord's Judgment 0.6, so it must have been hitting multiple targets. It must have been, because now it's at 0.6. Whereas before, it was much higher. What else could we lose? I need that. We need that because that's cleaving. Judgment deals 10% increased damage and increased movement speed. So that's 10% more damage on Judgment. We need that. We need those because they're cleaving. I'm not sure what we drop here. Gonna have to. I'm gonna have to sim it, but it's either gonna be Divine Wrath or Executioner's Will. I think Executioner's Will maybe, because that was 0.6%, and it only hit 6 times compared to Judgment 56. Wait, let's check the uptime on the aura. I don't think it is an aura, it's just an on attack. But yeah, it's at 0.6%. Let's test it again now. It might be bugged. I think we're getting way too many Blades of Justice. I think it's resetting all the time because our auto attack is cleaving and it has that 20% per target. So it's like a 60% chance to reset our auto attack or our Blade of Justice, which is kind of broken. I think that's not supposed to happen like that. You can see how many procs we're getting. Look at that. It's like all the time. So 0.9, and we're gonna see what it goes up to. And I'll share these builds with you guys, anybody who wants to play Retribution Paladin. Alright, let's check it. Now we have High Lord's Judgment 1.8. So it like doubled? Yeah, which makes sense because this says 50% more effective. Trying to see if there's anything else we can do to refine this. Because I would like to have Executioner's Will as well as Burn to Ash, but I don't see anything else able to be dropped here. Expurgation doing 10% of our damage. Truth's Dot, 3%. But it normally should do more than that. I didn't do my 30-second burst window. I held it for the whole minute, so I had about half the uptime of it for that rotation. This should be around 6%. Final Reckoning itself doing 2.4. High Lord's Judgment 1.8. 1.3 from that little flare-up thing. That's actually pretty decent. Touch of Light, a little bit lower than that at 0.2. Nothing too crazy there, but that's also healing. Let's test out Herald of the Sun. We're going to go pure AoE over here. So Herald of the Sun, you get passive of Dawnlight. Casting Wake of Ashes causes your next 2 Holy Power Spender abilities to apply Dawnlight on your target, dealing 288,000 radiant damage over, or 330,000 healing over 8 seconds. So that's like for healers as well. 8% of Dawnlight's damage and healing radiates to nearby allies or enemies, reduced beyond 5 targets. So let's see, what's down this left path here? While Dawnlight is active, your Holy Power Spenders deal 5% additional damage. Every 5 seconds, your next Dawnlight damage and healing ability is 5%. Second up to 10. Morning Star stacks. What is Morning Star? Trying to see what Morning Star is. I don't know what Morning Star is, but it says Morning Star stacks twice as fast while out of combat. Oh, that's what it is itself. So it stacks twice as fast while out of combat. So every 2.5 seconds, or every 5 seconds, you get 2 stacks. Or every 2.5 seconds, you get a stack. So it doubles the speed. So it would take 5 seconds to get 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So that'd be 50% extra damage. That might be pretty good, actually. Every 5 seconds, next dawn light damage or healing is increased by 50%, and 50% is going to make it do quite a bit of damage. Yeah, I'll take that to mess around with it. Healing allies, so this is, replaces Word of Glory. Eternal Flame replaces Word of Glory. Healing an ally for 413,000 damage, or healing an additional 150,000 over 16, and it's 35% more effective on yourself. That's crazy. That's crazy strong healing right there. Critical strike chance of Hammer of Wrath, Divine Storm increased by 10%, so that's pretty good. 10% more Divine Storm critical strike. Hammer of Wrath and Divine Storm critical strike causes your target to burn for an additional... So this is going to make your Divine Storm cause him to burn for 23,000 damage over 4 seconds, which is going to scale with all of our damage over time effects, our burning effects. So that's going to be really good. Divine, so that's why we need to have burn to ash because of that. Divine Storm and Hammer of Wrath have a 15% chance to cast again at 30% effectiveness. That's huge. Yeah, this is the way to go for AoE cleave. Your haste is increased by 2% for 12 seconds each time you apply Dawn Light. May overlap. After you cast Wake of Ashes, gain Divine Purpose. Your next Holy Power ability is free and deals 10% increased damage and healing. And then Sun's Avatar. During Avenging Wrath, you become linked to your Dawn Lights, causing 13,000 radiant damage to enemies or 3,000 healing to allies that pass through the beams. Reduce damage beyond 5 targets. Activating Avenging Wrath applies up to 4 Dawn Lights onto nearby allies or enemies and increases Dawn Light's duration by 20%. Darth says Chief, Inquisitor, and Gwen on the main road trying to chase him off. Chief Inquisitor? So there's another person now, as opposed to just... What was his name? Grim Shadow? There's Chief Inquisitor after her, after Gwen as well, over on PAX Day. That's interesting. Let's go ahead and apply this and try out Herald of the Sun. So there's the stack of Morningstar. Who's Shadowbane? Is that the guild that he's in? So Chief Inquisitor is his name, and he's in the clan Shadowbane? Is that what you're saying? No, his name is Shadowbane, no clan tag? Oh, okay. So who's Chief Inquisitor then? Let's do another burst rotation here. Says he is chief? Chief of what? Rally the guard. In clan, rally the guard. We're gonna check our numbers right after this rotation here. He says he's chief of what? Oh, he's chief of the Inquisitors? So who's Grim Shadow then? So if Shadow's Bane... I'm writing this down. Shadow Bane says he's the chief Inquisitor. And who is Grim Shadow? Because Grim Shadow was the one that I thought was in charge before. I'm going to copy this loadout. I'm going to paste this in chat. Let me get this posted over here for you guys. Give me 1 second. I'm going to put this in battle.net. And this is Rhett Pally, Herald of the Sun, PvE, aOE build. So we'll get this posted. And then I'm going to switch over to my single target, and I'll share this with you guys as well. This is the Templar build for single target, pure single target. Share, copy to clipboard. Rhett Pally, Templar, PvE, single build. All right, I've shared both of those builds. I think that's a pretty good in-depth look at what you can expect from the Retribution Paladin coming in the War Within. Let's go ahead, log out, switch realms, and we're going to hop on our Shaman who's down in the new zone and show you guys some of what's going on down there. What? Is it not letting us get to our character list? You're really quiet, Symbolic, over there on Discord. What are you saying? Oh, for your gear. You almost got most of it? Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries. Good luck with that storm. Yeah, no problem. Happy to help. I posted 2 of the builds I was just working on for Retribution Paladin. In case you're interested, I have my Herald of the Sun PvE aOE build, as well as my Retribution Paladin Templar PvE single target build that I posted over there. But I'm showing off the new zone right now as well. I just hopped over. We are down in... What are the names of these zones? This is Hallowfall. This is the Ringing Deeps. And this is Aj-Kahet. The Isle of Dorn is what's up above. This is how you actually come down into the, like, Underdark, or whatever you want to call this place. But this is absolutely amazing down here. So this zone is where a big town is. Let me go up higher so we can get a better look. This is all underground, by the way. So up here, we can get a good look down at this zone. There's a big town down there for us. This is a enemy location, presumably a raid at a big cathedral there. There's an ocean underground here, some big crystal giving light underneath the ground. Really, really cool zone. We'll fly around here for a little bit, and then we'll go check out the deeper zones. Hey, Sa, how's it going? Hope you're having a good day so far. Glad to see you're still with the world of the living. Darth says the Inquisitors. Yeah, but Darth, there's Grim Shadow, and now there's Shadow's Bane. Shadow's Bane says he's the chief of the Inquisitors, but Grim Shadow said that he was like the leader of them. So I'm not sure what's going on there. He was the one who gave the order to get her killed or something. So I don't know, is Shadow's Bane above him? Or is Grim Shadow above him? This is PAX Day RP we're talking about, guys. For those of you who don't know, might be out of context, but this is Hallowfell. I think it's what it's called. Hallowfall. It's a really cool zone. There's all kinds of stuff to do up here. I'm not going to get too much into like the quests or anything like that. I'm just going to be showing off the zone so you guys can see the beauty of what is to come. These things are level 75. I'm only level 70, so I don't want to hang out here too much. Can I fly through this? I doubt it. It's going to be a solid object, ain't it? Yep. But this is a little bit of the new zone. For anybody who's trying to find Paladin builds, I just put together 2 builds, one for AoE, one for single target, that I think are probably pretty well dialed in. I'll do simulations and stuff, but I'm not going to do simulations until the next expansion fully comes out. This place has some fires going on. What is all this? It's just crazy that all of this is completely underground. This hollow earth feels so good. You can only go so far out in the ocean, but I think that they might be able to put something else out there with a future patch. They could put something out in the water there or add on a new zone, like a tunnel you come through. There's the expansion down here. Being able to add new stuff is really going to be really, really cool. Let's get closer down to the water and see if there's any cool stuff down in the water here. A little hard to see under there. Let's splash down and take a look. We got some fish. Undersea shallow feeder. Nothing too crazy. I would like to see under earth, underwater zone. That would be crazy cool. Oh, there's a little waterfall here, looks like. That's cool. Let's follow this downstream and see where it leads. But yeah, this is Hallowfell. It's a pretty decent sized zone. There's all kinds of airships down here. So these right here, this is a new thing that actually, this is like a jet stream. You go in it and it gives you boost. It's like a jet stream. So you can get up really high. Because some of the areas, in order to come from the deep down depths, where we're going to go next to show you guys, it can be hard to come up all the way. Velhan's Claim. That's where we are currently. This is Velhan's Claim. There's one of those Zeppelins. The Resolute Flame. Yeah, these Zeppelins are all over the place down here. It's pretty damn cool. Oh yeah, I wanted to check as well. Let's see, where's it at? Is it Adventure Guide? No, I don't think it's Adventure Guide. Wait, maybe it is. Item sets. Appearances, here we go. Naru Bar Palace. So these are some of the new sets. Algari Chainmail. This is the Shaman. Let's look at the Paladin stuff, because that's what I'm kind of curious of. So here's the Palace set. Gladiator. This set looks really cool. I love that. So there's some of the new sets you guys can see. Let's check out like the rogue sets. Oh wow, that looks awesome. And there's different colors for all of them as well. Let's check out the warrior set. Oh, that's pretty neat. Let's check the warlock. Oh, that looks freaking awesome. Let's go. Check that out, Sa. There's the warlock set. You can get that in different colors as well. Oh, dude, you're going to want to do that on Mythic just to get that. Let's see, Death Knight. Not bad, looking pretty good. Oh man, the Mythic sets. Demon Hunter. That looks pretty neat, actually. I like that. Evoker. Let's check out Hunter. Whoops. Not bad. Looking good. There's the Monk. I like those shoulder pads. That looks really cool. Here's Priest. Oh, wow. The Priest Mythic set. That's looking awesome. The chess piece. I guess there's no Mythic chess piece. There's the Heroic, which we can get that for sure. The Mythic doesn't have a chess piece apparently yet, or maybe it's not in the files. And then Mage. So some pretty cool sets we have available. But I'm so excited for these zones. I want to fly out this way, but we're going to get fatigued. You can see it kind of goes out into nothingness, but we're underground, which is interesting to think of. The undersea, and there's our fatigue kicking in. So they really don't let you go far out here. I'm gonna try it just because I wanna test and see. Oh, I hit a wall. So you just hit an invisible wall. Almost ran out of fly juice there. A lot of potential for expansion in this expansion. Let's do another fly by the church. And then we'll swoop down into some of the deeper down zones and give you guys an idea of what's gonna be down there. I really like this zone though. I think it's so beautiful. I love the feel that you get being underground. Okay, so that's the skybox limit right there. You can't actually go up on these ledges. That'd be kind of cool if you could. One of the things about the Burning Crusade, down in Nagrand, there was floating rocks and stuff. I used to love going on all the different floating rocks. You could go up there and sit on them, and then you could duel. So that would have been nice if we could have went up there to like have little dueler meetings and stuff for RP purposes. But this zone, the scale of it is quite amazing as well. Like, you gotta remember how fast dragon riding is. We're going so fast. What the heck? Where does that go? This might be a mistake. Is this a dungeon? Oh, it's a delve, the sinkhole. I haven't shown off any of the delves as of yet, but let's go down here and check out the entrance to the sinkhole. Delves are a new endgame feature that's coming. So there we go. Down into a delve. Flight master down here. Ask for an airship rescue from this hole. That's kind of cool. Or you could take the zip, not the zip line, but the airstream up. That's what these particles are. Well, let's go back in here a little bit and check this out. I think it looks like just the entrance is right back in here. So you just end up, you just walk into these right there. And now you pick the tier you want to do and you enter it. And these are new endgame content. You can, it just disconnected me. These are new endgame content that will allow you to get gear that's presumably just as good. Not this bug again. There we go. Get the like spam escape. They'll presumably allow you to Explorers League rope. That's probably to get out. Yeah, we'll go in. Let's check it out. Let you get just as good endgame content as anything else. What the hell's down here? Treasure chests and stuff? These delves are like exploration-based mini dungeons for 1 to 5 players. I have no idea what any of this stuff is. I don't know what these materials are for. These are probably new crafting reagents or something like that. Yeah, it says right there, crafting reagent. So this guy comes down with you into these delves as a little helper, and you can kit him out right here. His supplies. You can get, I'm going to make him a healer, and these are the abilities that he's going to get then, and he can, he's going to come along with me. So this is an entirely underwater delve? Oh, okay, we're running on the bottom of the water. This is pretty sick. And your job down here is just to collect all kinds of stuff.
Nice find.
I'm sure there's objectives to each of them. Like, what is this one? Let me move this damage thing out of the way.
Too far away. I must get closer.
There's treasure here.
So we're helping people down here. These guys are all captives. We're gonna free them. They're like little mini games.
Have a target.
Oh my gosh, dude, this delve is amazing. I really want to just jump off this edge. Look at this down here. Ow, that freaking hurt. Oh, they have powers that you can earn as well. So damaging and stunning, rooting, or incapacitating enemies to open a lightning bottle deals nature damage around you. All right, we'll take that.
I don't know what this is. What is this? Necrotic cauldron. Am I trying to... Oh, we're trying to get all of it to light up. All right, yeah, I'm not doing this right now. So we need to rescue a couple more of these guys.
Have the target.
You can see he's dropping those health potions on the ground. That's my little helper guy. What's his name? Oh, it's Bran. So this will give you guys a good idea of what delves are like. There's a bunch of these I've seen. Back in town, there is a NPC that will actually take you to all the different delves. And there is a crap ton of them. Enhancement Shaman feels pretty damn good, honestly.
Quick sit down to recover.
I don't know what the overall damage numbers are going to look like. I haven't really looked too much into the meta yet, but you guys should always just play whatever you guys have fun playing. That's first and foremost, that should be your goal. Snake oil. I normally really like Enhancement Shaman and Retribution Paladin. Kind of like my two favorites. Used to play a lot of Rogue back in the day. So it looks like these bubbles just make you run really fast. Let's head back the other direction. We need to rescue 2 more of the Arathi. That is a giant elite shark. What does he drop? Nothing really. But after this, we're going to head down deeper into the new zones. And I'm going to show you guys the 2 other zones that we have access to. And then at the end, we can go back up to the surface and show you guys up there. I should have started up there, but I was already down here. The hell is that? Let's see, how do we get down over there? The map is... Oh, we just go this way.
Smell
Okay.
that? It's
The minimap is not really showing us too well.
I need to target something first.
My camera keeps readjusting. Let's get down here. I'm not sure if these are fully completable on this beta. It looks like I'm supposed to go right over here. And, oh, I need to kill 2 more of these clones. Okay, here they are. I didn't even plan to come into a delve today. I just stumbled upon it. Saw a giant hole in the ground and figured, hey, why not? So these things progress. Minion Master defeated, so this is kind of like a boss here. This may be the end of the delve, I'm not sure. And these tier up. These things get harder and harder. Yeah, there we go. There's the first delve. This is letting us give our feedback on the boss. There's really no feedback there. I annihilated the thing before I could even test if its mechanics were working. And then there's that wall that came down. That's where the treasure was. So the delves are kind of like linear progression, looks like. They might have some different ones, I don't know. But there's a bunch of them. You come down in. You work your way through the zone, you get to the end, you beat the boss, you get the loot. And this is a new end game pillar. They could be done by yourself or with up to 5 players. And presumably they'll scale. They're going to have exclusive cosmetics and stuff, most likely at the end there. Got a candlestick, some vial of something. These undercoins, a currency commonly used by explorers looking to trade secrets and tales of wealth. We got a cipher key. Begins a quest. This quest gives us 5,300 experience. We bring it to whoever that is. We get a bunch of undercoins, some crystals, and some reputation, it looks like. And then this has crafting reagent, another quest item, and more undercoins. Oh, and then you just step on these to loot gold, apparently, and then this presumably takes us out. There you go. There's your first delve. And then you could obviously rinse, repeat that. I don't know if there's lockout timers on these or not. And you can level up Bran. You can get him different experience so he can have different abilities and such. Right click here, leave delve. Oh, we just walked through the mist and it took us out. I think. Yep, there we go. So that was a first look at whatever delve this is, the sinkhole delve. And you can see all of these different delves scattered out all over the world. These are like little mini dungeons for, again, 1 to 5 players. They're pretty cool. I like it. So let's see what happens if the airship comes to rescue us. He pops a flare. Oh, and it just teleports you out. Lame. I wanted to have an airship come down. I'm going to go down there and take the... I'll show you the other way to get out, which will be taking this zip. This little wind tunnel here. So these things are directional. You can see I don't get it going down. But now if I go to go up, you get sucked into that wind tunnel. And it just absolutely jettisons you up in the sky. Alright, that being shown off now, let's go this way a little bit. And we're going to go deeper, and we're going to go deeper down into... We should go over the ringing depths first before we go down here. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to loop this way, go around, and go over to the ringing depths. The ringing deeps. Oh, they continued the races too. There's some races down here. Nice. Happy to see they didn't abandon that. It seems to be that they're going with a lot more evergreen features now, as opposed to features that get used and then just dumped. There are hazards when you are flying now, I've noticed. There's like little landmines and snares and stuff that you can get caught up on. So this goes down to that aUEC down there. We're not going to go down there just yet. We're going to go over to the other zone because that's the deepest, like, final zone down there. We're going to go over to the side. Also, we are playing as... What are these guys called? Like those earthen dwarves or whatever? I can eat crystals to gain, like, the well-fed buff, and it gives you bonus. It's pretty sweet. Let's head over to the other side and go check out that other zone. There's tons more in this zone. I'm just giving a little preview of them and what they look like. Oh, I just hit my head there. We're not going into too much depth what's in these zones. I don't want to spoil everything. But it is cool to get little sneak peeks. We ran out of Go Fast juice. Alright, so let's find out. Looks like the cave is over this way. Hold on a second here. Let's go to... What the hell was that? Where is skywriting? Need to put second wind down here. There we go. Alright, let's head down to the next zone and give that a little peek. So presumably... Yep. It shows you right here. This goes to the Isle of Dorm. We'll go up to Isle of Dorm before we go all the way down. So we'll go over here to the Ringing Depths. I think Ringing Depths is the first zone that you come into because it looks like the entrance is over there. But this is the little gateway that connects the two. And now we're in the Ringing Depths. Let's head up to the surface. Which is back this way, actually. Oh, it's in here. That's right. I remember now. So this goes up. Oh, shit. This goes up to the surface. This is where you'll actually first come in at. I'll show you guys this, then we'll come back down. We'll check those two other zones. Holy crap, you fly up these things. So this is the surface zone that we're going to start off at. There's a lot of stuff to do up here, I believe. This is the Isle of Dorn. That's the little city section there. There's all of this that's still above ground. So not only do we have those below ground zones, you have all of this up here. We'll fly around a bit up here and then we'll head down to check out those two other zones. And World of Warcraft, for those of you who don't know, like they're infamous for, like, whenever a new patch or season comes out, it can release whole zones even. It's pretty cool to see the amount of stuff that can get added in with a patch. But I think the lore behind these dwarves are they're like guarding the entrance to the the Underdark, or whatever you want to call it down there. So this is the island in which they reside, and it's a neutral, they're neutral, so you can be Horde or Alliance with them. Alright, we're gonna head back down now. I just wanted to show you guys where the entrance was and how that works. Down, down we go. So this is the first experience you'll have flying down into this Underdark area. And then boom, opens up and you're just like, oh my god, look at this place. This is crazy. But this is the first zone you'll be in. So we'll do a couple loops around here. Let you guys see it in all of its glory. Hide the UI. This is freaking awesome down here. Like, we just did a loop around this little northern area. We still have this whole southern section. The scale of this place is unbelievable. That was more of like a forge area. Now it's opening up into this lush green zone. Let's go over this way a bit. Ah, is this where the kobolds are? It sure looks like it. There's a little cobalt village. They love candles. Are these guys neutral or hostile? This is a hostile area. They absolutely love candles, and now you know why. They live in a place like this. What's up here? Oh, you hit a ceiling. Damn, that would be so cool to be able to go up there. I don't know why I can see the geometry outlines of... I don't know if that's a debugging feature or something, or what's going on with that, but I can see the geometry outlines of all of the rocks and stuff. It's kind of weird. Here's some stalactites. Ooh, a spider section. Again, probably not gonna let me go up here. Nope. Damn, I'd love to go right on that ledge just to hang out. RP up there. Blizzard, let us go RP up on the ledges, man. There's a cave right there. Oh, we can RP on this ledge. This is a nice little spot. All right, let's go a little bit deeper now. There's going to be so many quests. Oh, shit. That spore-infused rare elite just one-shot me. What level are these guys? 80 elites. Yeah, this place is dangerous as shit. I'm going to try reincarnating. I aggroed him. This is not going to end well. Oh, I didn't aggro him. Okay, we're good. Let's get out of here. Alright, good to know. 80 elites over there. Endgame zone. I need to find somewhere I can land so I can heal myself so I don't have the constant red flashing screen. There we go. Alright, let's continue the journey. So there's a little offshoot here, it looks like, that goes into another room. Another section. Level 70s. It's just being underground. There's something about it. It's so satisfying. It is so freaking vast under here. There's another delve, there's a delve, there's a delve. There's delves all over the place. There's so many of them. Nice little water area. What is that in the water? It looks like oil slicks or something. This place is so damn sick. All right, let's go back up this way a little bit, and we're going to follow this down into the aUEC. Wait till you guys see this leading down into here. It gives you weird vibes. The creep factor is real. Because again, we're underground. All the bioluminescence. Here we go. There is a ground path leading down there. That is a crazy ground path. Leads all the way down, and there's that little zip jet stream going back up. But look how freaking deep we're going. And welcome down to, what's the name of this place? aUEC. This place is absolutely creepy. We are so far underground at this point that no one can hear you scream. Is there anything else in particular after I finish showing off this zone that you guys want to see? Whether it be set bonuses, any of the other class, hero talent trees, or anything like that. Otherwise, we're going to be wrapping up, and I'm going to go get some food and get a little bit of relaxation in today. We may hop over onto PAX Day for a bit. Sounds like there's some RP going on over there. I have some recordings that weren't streamed that have to do with some RP that was happening over on PAX Day. But let me know if there's anything else that you guys want to see with the new zone from the War Within expansion. Ooh, let's grab this. Might as well. Shoot. We're gonna head down over here into this big city of threads. This is where a raid is, presumably. Like how deep. So freaking creepy. Yo. What is this on the sky? Can you go up into this, I wonder? I don't even know what that is. I think that's maybe just a skybox. Yeah, I just hit the skybox. Damn, that looked so freaking cool up there. Can I land on this? Oh my gosh, you can. 1v1 duel on the freaking spider web? Holy crap. And then we go down deeper. This is the City of Threads. There's the raid at the middle. City of Echoes. There's another raid right there. The Palace. Is that another raid? What the hell? What just happened to me? The Blood Pits.
Who sent you?
Oh my god, this place, dude. I don't know where I flew to. I was not really watching. I must have flown somewhere I wasn't supposed to. Oh, was I flying down there? Yeah, yeah, if you try to fly outside the bounding box. That's probably going to come in a future patch. I can almost guarantee. Because look at that down there. They already have part of it done. That is, yep, that's probably going to come in a future patch, an extension of the city here or something. I would not be surprised at all. Look at that out there. Wait, can I actually go this way? Oh no, this is the palace. This is the palace entrance. That's why you can't go this way, because this is the inside of the raid. See, there's the raid entrance. Can I go walk into... It's probably going to let me without being in a raid party. Yeah, you have to be in a raid group. Damn. There you go. There is a sneak peek into some of the new zones that are coming our way. This place is crazy looking. Oh, shit. Okay, don't fly underneath that. It'll kill you. At least for now it will. We don't know if it will in the future, but where the hell am I? Oh, I'm right here, okay. So right here is a jet stream leading up to... You can get up to the Ringing Deeps and Hallowfall through these jet streams here and here. Oh man, look at that. There's an airship that tried to come down here. So if you hit these little landmine things, these things will blow up and dismount you, take you to the ground. And now I have no more juice to fly. So here are some of the paladins down here who are fighting some of the Arathis that are fighting the spiders down here. There's their airship, and the thing got all webbed up. Oh, there's some other little airships. You can see how flying down here is... You're gonna have to navigate around all of this stuff. Here's that jet stream we're in, and this we could take this all the way up to the other zone. But there's a ton of stuff along the way here, as you can see. This is presumably the last stop before the descent. So looking forward to this. Check that out. And here we are. We'll go check out this. We'll go check out this church. This is a raid as well, I believe. I love the art style down here. The whole aesthetic of this place is really, really good. Who is this? Level 80 rare. Right up there. Alistair Purefire. What is he riding on? Oh, he's on a lynx. That's freaking cool. These guys are all level 80s. Because this is... I think this is a raid, or it will be a raid or something. Sacred Flame. Absolutely ginormous zones. What the hell is that? The Guardian? 75 Elite Beast. Well, we gotta go fuck with this thing, right? That is an octopus. It doesn't seem to aggro. That thing is creepy as shit. And then here's the back side of this church. Oh, dude, I want to get in there. That looks so cool. On the 22nd, 10 days, we'll be able to start our journey into the War Within. If you have early access, that is. What is this? Oh, a sacred... Oh, this is the Sacred Flame dungeon right here.
This island cries out in pain.
And these are where airships will take you all over the place. I'm not too sure. Like, these probably exist for lore purposes, but, like, are we not going to be able to fly down here? Normally, you can't fly in every expansion you go to. Dragonflight was kind of an exception. You have to, like, earn the achievement in order to be able to fly in the zone. So we might not be able to fly here at first. But then those, what are those jet streams for? I'm not too sure. But I am level 71, and it's letting me fly here. Let's see where this takes us to. Because otherwise, I'm not too sure why these would exist if we could fly here. I prefer in new expansions, Dragonflight was an exception because it kind of worked. It was kind of the whole theme of the place. It was extremely vast zones. But I kind of prefer when you can't fly at first. That's going to be controversial. I know people are just want to get around fast and whatnot, but you lose the sense of scale and traversal when you just get to fly everywhere, especially with dragon riding now. I think we should have to do something to unlock the ability to fly down here. Okay, so this takes us right up here. Because then you have to take these. You're going to have people all finding the different traversal points and stuff, and it just makes it that much more immersive. If I can just fly everywhere, why do I need all of these 57 Zeppelins everywhere? You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to really grasp the scale of how far I just flew right there. But if you come down here and you sit on this and you wait for the Zeppelin, you look up there, look at how high that is above me. And I just came down here. Let's see what the flight masters look like. So this is the flight point. Let's fly. Let's fly like up top and see what it looks like. Oh, it puts you on a little hot air balloon blimp thingy. So this is what the flight paths look like. But that's going to just about do it unless you guys have any other questions or anything like that. We may do another stream going over some more builds leading up to the War Within or some more pre-patch content. We're definitely going to be there streaming day one. So make sure you guys are subscribed so you don't miss any content for the War Within or PAX Day or anything else that we may undertake. But this place is really cool. I'm really looking forward to coming down here with the whole gang. If you would like to join our community, we have a community, Cheeky Buggers United. You can head over to our Discord, type !Discord in chat. That'll get you a link over to our Discord where you can join in all the fun. If you would like to join us in-game, whether it be on PAX Day, which I'm probably going to hop on after this, after having some food. We have a lot of RP going on over there. Some very deep, rich lore and RP is unfolding. If you would like to take part in that or World of Warcraft or any of our private servers that we host for the community, type !website. You will get a link over to our website where you can register, verify your email, and submit your own application to join the Order of the Blood Brothers. I actually recently did a template. So whenever you make a new post without using a tag at first, it will have the template for you to fill out your application right there. You don't have to do anything, you just fill it out. And then you can add the tags and then submit it. So it should make it a lot easier for people as long as you're creating a new post, a new discussion without having a tag at the beginning. It will give you the template of the application to join. But yeah, get your applications in early. Tomorrow, there's a patch coming for PAX Day. Hopefully it's substantial, but I have a feeling it's not going to be that big, but we're going to check it out nonetheless. We got some RP going on over there. We got War Within coming up. Ton of stuff going on. We have some Star Wars Unlimited content coming with Undead Feated and myself very soon. What the heck? How the hell is this thing flying up this? That looks so goofy. But we have some Star Wars Unlimited. This is top-down camera battles of a card game, a physical card game. Me and Undead are going to be cracking open another box. I did one box cracking, so make sure you check my channel and you will see what cards we got out of there. We're going to be building a deck and doing some constructed as well as some sealed leagues with Undead Feated. So if you guys are looking forward to that, make sure you subscribe as well. We have a bunch of exciting content coming up. But that is going to do it for me. One last thing is just big shout out to all of my channel members, all of my subscribers. Thank you guys so much for the support. You guys are great. If you don't mind leaving a subscription and a thumbs up on the way out for this stream, check out all of our other content. Leave some comments on there. It lets YouTube know that you guys really like the content that we're putting out over here. So thanks again, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.
Brisket on the grill, now fill our bellies deep. Juicy, smoky, savory, warriors never sleep. Glistening, crushed, shining bright, there's a flavor near. Slice through all the tough times, tenderness so dear. Oh, brisket, walk right, taste that makes us strong. Low and slow, we cook it, hear us sing our song. Spices dancing there, caramel crust inviting, brisket brings us there. Oh, brisket, walk right, taste that makes us strong. Low and slow, we cook it, hear us sing our song. Our song. Scents arising, spices dancing air, caramel crust inviting, brisket brings us there. Oh, brisket, walk right, flavor in each bite, symphony of seasons, makes our songs ignite. Of song. So perfect, mouth watering just right. Chew that's so tender, brisket fuels our fight.